Hello, guys, and welcome back to the live Just Discussing, where I'll be discussing different topics that are curious and a bit interesting from my perspective with my friends and family and many different guests. Today, I have one of my friend, one of traveler whom I'm really jealous of, who travels around a lot and does a lot of adventure activities, and I just keep on checking the stories and get jealous of it. And this is going to be a discussion on the travel and adventures that she has done. Uh, I welcome Spooty to the show, just discussing. Hello, Spooty. If you can give me,
Hi, Kanav.
if you can give a short introduction, and we can just start discussing few things.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I am Spurti, and I am a software engineer working in Bangalore. And like every other software engineer, I do a lot of other things along with work, and travel is one of those. And I have loved traveling, and I think I like the adrenaline rush I get out of all the adventures I have been on. Yeah, so that's a little something about me.
Again, I as I said in the introduction, I was not exaggerating. I'm really jealous of your adventures and your traveling. I have expressed it many times that what you do is really one of the things in my bucket list, and I would like to
Yeah,
start with the earliest memory that I knew that you started traveling so much was I saw your surfing images and videos, which was
right.
really curious for me because I didn't knew India had that surfing culture that other countries like America have. Like they have the proper culture of that where they take surf boats to the beaches, surf whole day, and you doing surfing and watching you with that, it was a bit shocking for me because obviously I have been to Goa, I have seen surfing there, but I don't think so it's a major place there. But you have
Right.
done a surfing certification and you are pretty much good at it. The videos that I see are pretty good. So how did you get into it and get into this traveling and adventure thing?
So maybe first I'll give you a context of how I
Sure,
got
sure.
into traveling. So in school, I was like the smart kid who got good grades, and
Yeah,
after
I know that.
school, that happens, right? That you just
Mm-hmm.
identify yourself as the smart kid, but when you go to college, everyone else is a smart kid. So that's what happened, and then I wanted to find some identity for myself, and I always wanted to travel around the world. It was my dream, and right when I started working, I got all the freedom, right? Financial freedom, and then you
Mm-hmm.
could take your own decisions. You didn't have to ask your parents for everything. I think that's how I started getting into travel after coming to Bangalore after COVID. And I think, like you mentioned, surfing was one of the earliest things that I started off with. um, I mean, I just saw it randomly on YouTube, on Instagram, I guess. So I used to follow a couple of travel influencers. So I have been greatly influenced by them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it started. And back then, surfing was not as popular as it is today. But I have seen that in the past 2 to 3 years, it has picked up so much and it has gained so much popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Now every other person has done it, and I'm glad that it is getting this recognition. And Mulki, I think that's where I did it for the first time, and I fell in love with it. I
Wow.
mean, the feeling that you get out of it. And I also love challenging myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every day your life gets monotonous with the work that you do,
True.
so you
Daily.
want to do something challenging. So that was how I got into surfing, and I just loved the idea of it, right? I am an ocean person. I love the ocean with all of my heart.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
surfing was just like natural, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did it for the first time, I did like a 5-day course, and I thoroughly enjoyed every day. And other than surfing, I think it was also about the place. First
Mm-hmm.
is Mulki. I love that place. And the second thing was the company, right? So I went with my roommate. She's like my travel partner. We have traveled together
Mm-hmm.
most of the times.
That's nice,
And the
nice.
people that we met there, right? Amazing set of people, some dancers, some usual engineers, and some people doing random things.
Yeah.
uh, so that's when you start realizing that travel is not just about seeing this and that. It's also about meeting those people, talking to them, getting exposed to new ideas. So
So.
that was my first surfing experience. And also the instructors, right, in Mulki. So I did it with the kayak boy.
Mm-hmm.
The
Shout out to
instructors
Kayak Boy.
were, yeah, shout out to them. So the instructors were really, really great. Like I've been there like twice, and both
Mm-hmm.
the times the instructors, one of them I think represents India in surfing.
Wow.
Yeah, he does. So really good instructors there. So I also enjoyed, learning
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
art of surfing. It's all about balance. It's about physically, being
Yes.
fit and all of it. So overall, that's how I got into travel, and that was my first surfing experience.
Mhm. I don't think so. Like you mentioned it so casually, I don't think so. Even surfing is even still that relevant today. It's growing for sure.
Hmm.
It's growing because seeing you, I and many of our friends and different people would have seen it, but
Right.
the craze of it is still not there. But I would like people, like you said, it's a different experience on itself. I had this experience when I learned swimming for the first time. Because
Yeah.
I'm a bit overweight, guys, I was a bit in dilemma. Like, obviously, you are in that fear that something might happen. I might not be able to swim and everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for the first time when I joined the swimming class, and that happened, everything of this happened, like you said, when you get the financial freedom,
Mm.
when you
Mm.
have that thing, now I have my money, I will do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So first thing I
Yeah.
was like, let me try swimming. Why don't let me challenge myself? And I did the same thing. And I
Mm.
remember first 2 days, there was a bit of fear that will it happen, will I be able to swim? And now swimming is therapeutic for me. Like you said,
Right.
oceans and everything, swimming is therapeutic. Many people say swimming makes you tired and everything. It does, no questions there, but somewhere it relaxes me. I never get tired after swimming. Actually, it wakes me up. I don't know,
I
person
feel
to
you.
person might differ, but many people say it makes you tired, you get very lethargic, and it's too much for your body. But for me, after a good swim, I'm like, come on, I have the energy now. I'm fully refreshed. I can do something else. I can work on something. So I completely agree. And yeah, I surfing again, one of my things in my bucket list that I would want to try, at least after seeing you earlier. It was not, but again for last 3 to 5 months I have been asking you where were you, where have you done it, how is it and
Yeah.
everything. And I wanted to go in this summer, but whomever I asked or even talked to regarding going to Mulki, everyone was like, this is the peak season, you will be burnt there, it's too humid. Yeah, and that thing. And obviously I had many works, so I was not able to go there. That's a completely different thing. But what made you travel so much? These are the adventure sports you have done a lot. But apart from adventure sports, you have also traveled a lot. And one specific place that I want to talk is Landor. You
Right.
have
Right.
been to Landor, and why I want to talk specifically this thing is, so the filmmaker Vishal Bharadwaj in
Mm-hmm.
Shamdish Unfiltered with Shamdish, guys. Whoever
Mm.
has not
Right.
seen that podcast, please do. It's a brilliant podcast. He mentioned Landor in that, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Is this in India or somewhere?" And I was not confused. I didn't really Google it at that time, but when you posted a picture from there saying that Landor, or there was a scenic view from there, and I was like shocked.
Yeah.
It is in India, and I was like, wow, the scene is really good. So specifically, I would like to talk about the traveling and the Landor part where you trek, and it's too up in the altitude. I suppose it's too at a very big peak level. But yeah, I would like to know from you how it started and everything.
Yeah. So I think we went to Landor when we were on our trip to Rishikesh. So
Nice.
we went to Rishikesh first, then we went to Mussoorie, and Landor is about 3 kilometers away from Missouri. It is at an altitude, yes, and I think Landor has received its name because it was a hub for the Britishers back
Mm-hmm.
then. So it's a very small, quaint town. But Kanav, the one thing that I would like to tell is, see, because of Instagram now, the places are not the same anymore.
I
So
agree. I agree.
if you see the older Landor, it
Mm-hmm.
had that beauty, it had that charm. But when we were there,
Mm-hmm.
I saw reels and all that and went there. But when I was there, I was a little disappointed, right? Because
Okay.
one is the crowd. Like even on a weekday in the evening, you see that there are so many people there.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is, like, people don't travel very consciously,
Yeah.
throwing litter around. I don't understand how you just buy a plastic bottle and you just throw it.
I agree.
It's so important to travel responsibly. I think
Mm.
that is one message that I would like to give out through this
Yes, guys,
podcast to
please, please.
everyone, that if you are traveling, then please, please, please travel responsibly.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. At least be very much responsible when you're in wildlife or some hill stations where there is not enough people, and littering is a bit
Just,
inhuman when you see the
yeah,
nature,
just
such a
anywhere,
beautiful nature. Yeah, agreed.
yeah,
Anywhere.
yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
so disappointing when you look
so
at
true.
that. But yeah, like I mentioned, one disappointment was that there were so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And about traveling, other than, usually we have a travel style, okay?
Nice.
One is either we have some activity planned.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time we have some activity planned. So in Rishikesh we had bungee jumping, and we
Okay.
travel and we plan around that, like
Nice.
one there this aage
Mm-hmm.
piche, what can we do? So if we're going to Rishikesh, we thought we might as well explore Mussoorie. While we are at Mussoorie, why not go to Landor?
Fair. Fair
So that
enough.
was how we landed at Landor, and that's usually the case, that
Mm-hmm.
we pick up an activity, and then we plan around that.
Wow, this is a different style. I know people. I was going to ask it later, but I'll ask it now. So you plan proper plan it, or do you go with let's fling it? Let's just देखा जाएगा.
I have
Something like
done
unplanned. Tomorrow we have to go. Let's just go. Something
Yeah,
like that.
I have done everything, Kanav, like spontaneous trips, planned trips, unplanned trips, everything. And they're both good and fine in their
Yeah,
own
yeah.
ways. Like when you're planning, see, as female travelers, one thing we can't do is,
Mm.
just be too spontaneous.
True,
Sometimes
true,
we
true.
will have to take our safety into consideration.
Agree.
So mostly we go for hostels. Like we are budget travelers, so we go for
Yeah.
hostels. So we try to book female dorm rooms, and if we are too spontaneous, right, like we may or may not be able to book the rooms
Mm-hmm.
in the last moment. So to a certain extent, since we are female travelers, we will
Mm-hmm.
have to do that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we tend to do that. We sometimes we over plan. Either jayenge id madun ad madun, but at the end of the day, you know that you're tired and you just want
Yeah.
to take a break. So our traveling style also has changed over the years. Initially we
Nice.
used to do that, pack a lot of things into our itinerary for a day, and
Mm-hmm.
then we you end up being so exhausted. So
Been there.
yeah, so now we don't do that anymore. So what we do is we just chill at the hostel. So we were in Goa for about like 12 to 15 days, and the only
Yeah.
thing that we used to do was chill at the hostel, literally not go anywhere. Just talk to people who are coming, and
Mm-hmm.
talk to the bartender, talk to the chef at the hostel, talk to the manager of the
Just
hostel.
networking people.
Just networking, right?
Yeah.
So we have done that, and most of the times we do plan it to a certain extent. So
Mm-hmm.
what I do is probably, like, if I'm going to Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
then look for cafes, look for places to roam around, and then I make a map out of it. I download the map, and then I mark all these places, and I have a map of it, and we try
Nice.
to cover those places, and we try to look for some offbeat things to do
Mm-hmm.
where we don't get too much crowd. Because now traveling has changed, right? It's not
Yeah.
like before. Now everybody wants to travel, everybody is traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and one thing that we don't do is travel with the travel agents, or
Hmm, hmm.
nothing against them. It's
Yeah, yeah.
just that we like traveling at our own pace,
Pace, yeah.
and go to places that we like. So that's how we travel.
Just a minute. We have our friend Akshay waiting in the lobby. Let me get him in.
Yes.
Hello, Akshay.
What's up?
Welcome
I'm
back.
Hello.
so I'm so sorry for coming late.
Yeah, yeah, no issues.
You are not forgiven,
Missing.
Akshay.
Huh? Okay, hold
You.
on. 1 minute.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just trying to connect this thing to my earphones. Give me a minute, please.
yeah, yeah. Take your time.
Okay,
All good?
hold on. Yes, one popular question. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible. You're audible, you're clear.
Okay,
You're visibly
cool.
also clear.
Is the frame good?
Yeah, all good.
I'm so sorry for poor lighting on me, but it's okay.
Yeah, no issues. So
Anyway,
we were
people are.
discussing
Ah,
with Spurti planned versus unplanned. So actually, for both of you, which do you prefer, planned or unplanned?
okay. Should I tell my opinion or like general one?
Anyone can. This is just a discussion. This is not a
Ah,
formal interview or question answer style thing. So anyone can.
yes, sir. We know, sir. So, okay. According to me, planning is necessary when it comes to booking, but I don't know if the vibe is good in a trip, we shouldn't think too much about the plans
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
when you're enjoying the okay, wait, I want to remember that "ये जवानी है दीवानी" का dialogue.
हाँ, जहाँ है वही का मजा लेते
वही
हैं.
का मजा लेता है. Yeah,
What
so it's
about you,
better to
Spurti?
enjoy.
You have been to a lot of planned or unplanned, like a spontaneous. Let's go.
In my opinion, I told you, like, I have equal
Equal amounts. Yeah.
admiration
Yeah.
for both of them,
Uh,
because as a female traveler, to a
Mm-hmm.
certain extent,
Agree.
like I mentioned, you will have to plan.
true.
But
Plan, yeah.
a lot of times things don't go according to your plan, right? So in cases like that, you should be open to, just chilling, doing nothing. And a
True.
lot of times we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do nothing, just chill.
Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, the Goa plan that you did was a sort of chilling thing itself. Like
Yeah.
no, nothing, no going anywhere, just chill in the place you
Nowhere.
are.
We were in South Goa for about 12 days, and I haven't been to
Nice.
Cabo de Rama Fort. I haven't seen Butterfly Beach. I haven't seen
Okay.
any of those
Same
places.
here. Not
We were
yet.
just chilling in the hostel.
One day, we'll see if possible. But yeah, recently you did a certification, right, in scuba diving? You did a certification
Yeah,
or just
yeah.
a course? Because
It
I
is
know
a
you
certification.
have done a scuba diving course in India, and recently you were in Sri Lanka, and you just, so if you can just tell the story of how you got into it and how you really, it's getting a certificate and a proper license, I can say,
Sort
of
of,
scuba
yes.
diving.
Yeah. So for scuba diving, so I was always interested in scuba diving, like everything ocean I am in.
Wow.
So for scuba diving, I always knew that I wanted to do a course, a certification. So when it comes to scuba diving, you have two organizations that give you these certificates, and these certificates are valid throughout the world.
Hmm.
So anywhere
Oh.
you
Okay.
do it. So one is PADI, one is SSI. I did mine through PADI. PADI is the oldest one.
Mm.
SSI has come up quite recently, but both of these are equally good. So I got my open water paddy certification
Mm.
last year in December.
Nice.
Crazy. Okay.
So how it
And
works is you start with open water, then you do advanced open water, then you do rescue, then you do EFR, then you do multiple courses, and that's how you can become an instructor.
oh,
Okay.
so you are right now certified to get into open water diving.
So
irrespective of
I can dive without an instructor. So
instructor. Okay.
usually when you're diving, you see that someone is
Yeah.
holding
Mm,
you.
mm,
You
mm.
know, you don't really know how to, handle your equipment. Now I
Hmm.
can handle my equipment. I can do it without the instructor. I will need him around me, but not with me.
Completely with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
you have,
open water does that.
so before getting, I mean, going for certification, I think so you have done the courses as well in different places in India.
Not really. So that was my first scuba
Mm.
diving
Oh.
experience. But yeah, you can do. So before open water, you get a Discover Scuba certificate. So that's when you see if scuba diving is meant for you or not. That you can do it here in, you can also do it in Gokarna, you can do it in Goa, you can do it in many places.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, so once you have done your Discover Scuba, you know that okay, this is the basic of how scuba diving works. Do I want to read more? You also have to write an exam once you are getting certified as an open water diver. And like for all the levels, you will have to keep writing exams.
Okay, that's new.
Theory
That's a
exams, also
new thing for me.
practical exams. Yeah.
That's something new. I didn't know for
So
diving also you have a exam that to written.
I had this question. It's a fun question though.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to places like Goa,
Mm,
any beaches,
mm,
there are jet skis, right?
Yeah.
mm.
If you have this certification, will they allow us to ride it alone?
Ride the jet ski.
Yeah.
No,
Jet ski is
this
not
is
related.
this is everything underwater, not
Yeah.
over
Got it.
water.
Okay.
But if you want to learn, I'm not quite sure jet skiing as
Yeah.
a course if we have it, but you could probably try windsurfing.
Windsurfing.
I was
Windsurfing
going to
or
come for that.
kite surfing. Maybe kite surfing is very, very
Kite
exciting.
surfing.
It's
Where is
kind of
Okay.
the what
adventurous.
is that sport where you are on the top, you are connected to a jet ski and jet ski takes you wherever you are?
Wait.
Uh,
Paragliding? No.
No, that's
no,
not
Parasailing.
paragliding. That's something, huh?
not
Parasailing.
parasailing.
Parasailing. It's called as
Parasailing.
parasailing. But I'm
Not
That's
I'm so afraid of water. I'm not interested in any
not
of the water-related
afraid, but
sports that you
God,
do.
I
Akshay,
can't
we
do
can't be
scuba.
friends.
I
I
can't do
I
scuba.
I can't even swim. So
A
scuba
swim.
diving is something else for me.
You need to I mean learn swimming. That's a
Swimming is like
beautiful
a
sport.
survival necessity,
Skill.
right? You have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
learn. But I think I'll put it on
True.
my list to take Kanav and Akshay on an ocean adventure next.
Wow.
I'm ready
Let's
for it. I'm
go.
ready.
I'm ready. See, until and unless
See, I can
see
try
if any
scuba for once, but
ah,
like you do it, not really. I'm
okay.
not a big fan of scuba, to be fair.
To
Why?
be
What?
honest,
No,
uh,
I wanted to ask, like, I'm sorry to cut you, Spooty, but why can I ask, Kana?
I I it's not I don't know if it's fear or something, but the depths of an ocean are pretty
Hmm.
scary to be
Kanav,
Oh,
that's why
really.
I'm telling you. You do the Discover Scuba, then you'll realize that it is scary. I won't deny it. Like, as someone who has been swimming for multiple years, who has done everything or
hmm.
Mm.
related to ocean, I still get scared. Like every time I'm
Okay.
going on on a surf adventure, on scuba diving or anything, I do get scared. It is scary, but the moment you're inside water, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
The peace and calm that you
Yeah, that
feel,
I agree with. That I completely agree because I do swimming. I
unparalleled.
can
Yeah.
I can vouch for that. That it's too therapeutic. It's too meditative. It's the calmness that the water
Hmm.
brings.
Hmm.
No denying the fact. But the time you start going down in
You'll
meters,
also have that
you get.
excitement, right? You'll have this
I'm not
excitement
sure.
of what I'm going to see, what kind of fish I'm going to see, what kind of turtle I'm going to see. I mean, it will happen. That's why
Not
I'm asking you
interested
to
in
do your.
creatures again.
Give me a
Again,
five.
not interested in creatures of
Give me a
any kind.
five.
I actually, even I don't want to even touch the coral reef. Everyone talks about
You
Yeah.
coral reef
don't
and everything.
have to. You're not
I don't.
supposed to touch the
Yeah,
coral reef.
exactly. But just seeing that makes me so going in the depths to just to see them, not even
No.
interested. I can do just so that a bucket list is ticked out of my list that scuba diving done, but
Okay.
not as the way you are so passionate and interested, right? You want to do the next certification, go more depth, be alone. That thing, I don't think so.
to each their own, I
Yeah, yeah,
guess.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what
Agree.
excites me is that, like what I'm going to see. And more than that, it's about challenging yourself. And let me tell you, it was not easy doing open water. One is
Mm-hmm.
seasickness. I threw up twice after
Mm-hmm.
mm,
my
mm,
first dive.
mm,
And second was I was panicking so much.
mm.
It's also a challenge for yourself, right? You
Okay.
have
Yeah,
to be mentally calm. It's not
Huh.
just about,
Huh. Huh.
कि मैं
Right.
that's true.
जाऊंगी, I will see nangyela
Right.
kanasteti. It's not just
Right.
about that. It's about
Yeah.
challenging
Agreed.
yourself. One is physically, it
True.
is so exhausting. You go on one dive and come back and you're
Yeah.
exhausted.
So
And
true.
it's
Mm,
also mentally, it takes a lot of
mm.
strength, right, to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
I
challenge for yourself, and you feel it's a very
I was
rewarding experience, right,
That's
when
what
you.
I was about to ask you, Spurti. I have a lot of questions related to ocean. I don't know why. See,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a
Go
lot
on,
of
go on,
questions related to swimming, first
go
of all.
on,
Mm,
go on.
mm.
And ocean, I don't know. This is my fear. I'm accepting that water is one of my biggest fears. I want to I want to learn swimming,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know when I'll be learning it. Every time I go with my friends, I freak out to get in a pool which is even like 7 feet deep.
It's, I agree, it's a bit scary. When I started it was
Mm.
scary, but
Yeah. Once you
over
learn,
over the
it'll be easier,
time,
right?
just 2 to 3 days, you
Yeah.
automatically get habituated with the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
And
automatically brings
once,
you peace.
yeah, and once that fear is out, it's gone. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's just
Okay.
a one time thing that, once you get over it.
Okay.
Agreed,
I
agreed.
wanted to go to this training. All right. What happened? My parents, they were like, don't go. Every
You should.
every friend
You
of
You should
should
mine.
try,
actually.
you should try.
For
Yeah.
okay, diving is like a big thing, I get it. But
Yeah.
swimming is a
Swimming in
survival
general, yeah.
skill, so you
Survival
should
skill.
know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed, agreed. Diving is again a sport kind of a
Is
thing
it
where
is it
you
the
It's
right
show
age
it's
off.
to learn
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's so expensive, I tell you. It's, I think, one of the most expensive sports. Like
sport?
after.
Mm.
Agreed. But yeah, you should try swimming. I can vouch for that because
I,
I learned
is
it
this
after
a
coming here. So
no? Is this a see? My age is like 25 now. Is this the right age to learn swimming? Can I
Any
learn
day,
it?
any
any
age is the
day.
best age.
Yeah. But
Even I was scared for this. The
yeah,
same
but the
thing.
older you get, I think your fear gets
It'll be a tough one.
intensified.
True.
Yeah, the older you get, the more you're scared of losing your life, right?
Yeah,
So while you're young, while you don't care, just go learn.
yeah. And every instructor will tell you this: your age is the best age, because swimming doesn't really care what your age is. You should know how to breathe properly.
Yeah.
The
True.
only mantra for swimming is the breathing. If
Even
you
for
can practice
diving,
that, that's it.
even for diving, the golden rule is keep breathing.
Be patient, keep breathing, don't
Yeah.
panic. Everywhere, this is the one thing I've heard from everyone who is
Okay.
swimming.
Mm.
because,
Mm.
because most of the people, when they get into water, they panic.
True.
Because they panic, they think that something will happen. Instead of panicking, if you just be calm and try to float, you'll start swimming automatically. At least that's
I'm
what I have
a
seen.
I'm an example for it, so why not?
But for
I've
surfing, you
been there,
don't need
I've
to
been there.
know surfing. You don't need to know swimming. Sorry.
Yeah,
You can surf without knowing how to swim.
that's
What?
one. Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yes, because you're along the shores, right? You don't really have to
Huh.
swim.
Hmm.
Oh, crazy. Then, uh, as long as I can balance good.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
about
okay.
more than
balance.
enough. Actually, coming back to surfing, the movies and the US people, whatever they show us, the big waves and the
Mm.
surfboard cutting in between that, are they such big waves, or it's just to make you, yeah, this is such a big thing? Or are they still a medium sized, you can do it, it's easy to balance and everything?
So in India, for beginner level, Mulki is good. So the waves are calmer here, and you
Hmm.
don't have those barrel waves that you see in the movies. You don't get that here. They're
Hmm.
just small waves, and that's how you have to start. If you go towards Pondicherry, if you go towards Mahabalipuram and Chennai, you get
Mm.
those barrel waves. They're not as huge as the ones you see in the
Hmm.
movies for sure,
Yeah.
but you do get like good waves where you can see actual surfing. So I think once
Okay.
you're done with your beginner level course in Mulki, and I have also surfed in Goa and in Pondicherry.
Nice.
I think Varkala
Crazy.
is also a good place. I haven't been there yet. I do want to go there,
When are
but
you
I think
going?
no idea. I haven't planned it.
Okay.
I don't know. Might
But
happen
Varkala, isn't it
spontaneous.
more of a rocky kind of a thing where?
Now you do have there is surfing scene in Varkala
Okay.
also. A good. I mean, for beginners, yes.
So
But
all
How
the
to
beaches
how,
in India are for mostly beginner, or are they intermediate and
yeah,
professional
like I
kind of?
mentioned in Pondicherry and in Mahabalipuram, along those coasts, you will find those big waves,
Oh,
and that's where you can go for your next level of surfing if you really are serious about it and
oh,
want to, do it.
okay, no.
Are enthusiast, you can go there.
how to
Definitely
learn
bucket
this?
list, but not pro.
Yeah, even this is in my bucket list, but how to learn? What is
Sorry,
the
Akshay,
process to
learn what?
Surfing.
Surfing?
surfing? Yeah.
Just go with an open mind. Just go to the place where they're
Mhm.
teaching
No,
you.
are they like, see, most of the people put this story and about Mulki, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they tell that there's a training uh, given by the institution, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She mentioned it earlier that it was a 5 day
Okay.
course that she did.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry, I
So
was not there, so
no, no, Akshay, your question is valid. You can also do like a one day thing where,
Mm.
okay.
of course, you will not be able to like
Hmm.
balance and
Yeah.
ride a wave.
Hmm.
But if you just want to do it, a lot of people do that, right? So they're coming to Udupi, they're on a trip
True.
to Udupi. So
Hmm.
just for a single session, they're not really
Hmm.
enthusiastic about learning how
Hmm.
to do it.
Hmm.
They just want
Hmm.
to do it for
Mhm.
Hmm.
pictures, for the
Hmm.
sake of it.
Yeah.
A lot
Correct.
of people tend to do that one
Hmm.
session.
Hmm.
Correct.
But then you have 3-day courses. 3 days is
Hmm.
good enough. By the end of the third day,
Hmm.
to a
Hmm.
certain extent, you will be able to balance. But like
Okay.
between 3 to 5 days, you'll be able to ride like small waves by
Okay.
yourself.
Hmm.
So that's how the
Then how do
process
they do
is.
it in 1 day? Because even I have served that, I have
Hmm.
checked it out. In
Hmm.
Mulki, there are multiple people who are teaching it,
Hmm.
but they have 1 day courses, and I am like, how are you going to teach surfing, which no one knows, in 1 day and make them feel good about it?
I
See,
guess they're just telling the application of surfing. I don't really
you
think,
will
yeah.
understand, like,
Yeah.
so you have to paddle, pop, and stand,
True.
so that you will learn, but to be able to do it. So,
Hmm.
you should be by the end of third or fifth day, you
Mhm.
should be able to read the waves, okay?
Yeah.
Like on
Hmm.
what wave I can go surf,
Hmm.
and you should be able to balance by yourself.
Oh.
So
Okay.
initially what the instructors will be doing is push you, they will be giving you the momentum. So by the
Hmm.
Mhm.
end of third or fifth day, you should be able to get that momentum by yourself and balance and ride a wave. So that should
Hmm.
be your end goal. If you are really interested in learning, you would want to know all of this. If you just want to
True.
try it and
Yeah.
see if it's a thing for you, then you go for the single day course.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
True.
Nice. So
So
what all? Yeah, yeah,
all this time you were only talking about ocean and stuff. No, it's Spurti.
kind of. I mean, we
Oh,
went for a short while to the mountains with Landor, but yeah.
okay. Great start
But
then.
I love the ocean. I also love the mountains. I can't
Hmm.
choose.
And that was
Hmm.
going to be my question. Come on, you can't be this diplomatic with it. Oceans or
Uh,
mountains, or beaches or mountains? Let's go that. I mean, both are same, but
See,
yeah.
it's really hard to choose, okay? Because I've had like really amazing experiences
The
both
mountains,
in
yeah.
the mountains and in the beaches. So it would be
Hmm.
unfair for me to, if I say beaches, the mountain gods will be mad at me. And if I say beaches, the ocean lord will be mad at me. So I
Yeah.
can't
And
do
tomorrow
that.
you have to do a lot of certifications there, so you don't want to
Yeah.
risk
Yes.
it.
I want to please both the mountain and the
Yeah,
ocean gods.
agreed, agreed. But preferable. Let's not take favorites, but preferably you will go to oceans rather than to a mountain.
Maybe I have a very small bias towards the ocean, of course, but mountains also equally have
Yeah.
given me. I think traveling has changed me as a person. I think you were going to come to that
Hmm.
Hmm.
in the
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
minutes. So maybe I'll wait for you to ask me that question and
It,
then.
it is, it is, it does, because even I have been traveling for last 1 year using my bike. And
Mm,
major reason for getting a bike was that I want to travel. I
right,
just don't want to travel inside Bangalore in 25-kilometer radius and just be roaming
right,
around here. I want to get out
yeah.
of here. So that's the
Yeah.
major thing. Again, let me bring the question directly. How is it changed you? as
Uh,
a traveler, because you travel a lot.
Very often,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I could write a book about it, about how it has changed me as a person.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
Uh,
have the whole night today. We can listen to it.
yeah. So I think you guys have known me from school, right? So
Yes,
I was an introverted kid, barely spoke to people, like only the ones who were close to me,
true,
and I was not very comfortable with talking to new people. But traveling has changed that for me. Like I told you, a lot of times it has not been about, oh, what I saw, where I went, I took a picture here, I made a video here, I made a reel here. No, it was about the people I met,
true.
and different kinds of people I
Mm,
have come across while traveling, and it expands your horizon, right?
Hmm.
So earlier you
yeah,
think the world works in a certain way, then
certain
when
way.
you
Yeah,
meet so many people, you exchange ideas, you talk to them, you
true.
hear their stories out. That's when you start realizing that, you know, the world is completely different from what you
Different place.
thought
Yeah.
it was. So I always we made sure that we are having a good conversation with the people who are around us. So a lot of times what happens is when we travel in groups, we tend to just talk to our friends and come back.
Only groups. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hold up conversations with new people.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it is me and my roommate, so we
Mm,
have that understanding, we know that we want to talk to new
mm.
people. So we
Strangers,
are
yeah.
giving, yeah, we are giving each other that space where we are talking to new people.
Mm,
After talking, it has changed me so much that now I'm
mm,
a more confident person.
Hmm.
I can also
mm,
see it at work, right? I am more
mm,
confident
mm,
if I have to put out an idea. Earlier I couldn't do it. Forget work, I couldn't do it in my own family. If I had to tell my
true.
sister something, if I had to tell my aunt something, I wouldn't tell them
Mm,
because I was an introvert.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
But now communication for me has changed.
Yeah.
In
It
simple
has
way,
made
it has made you more expressive.
more expressive,
Mm.
more open minded also.
Mm,
Earlier I you know, like I was that girl who's like, drinking is bad, smoking is bad, who people who do that are bad people,
true.
that kind of a person. But
No,
you know, when
definitely. Okay, guys. Caution
Yeah.
here.
not
Drinking.
not advocating or
Yeah.
supporting
No,
drinking or
exactly.
smoking,
No
but I'm
misleading that drinking and smoking are bad. It's left to you. We are
Hmm.
not
yeah, yeah,
experts. We
yeah,
are not giving you
that does
advices
Yeah.
not
here.
make a person
Yeah.
bad is what I'm
Yeah.
telling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like I'm talking about the mindset shift from that to, you know, meeting new people. I have
True.
also met someone from the transgender community. We
Hmm.
became
Mm,
friends. We're still in
mm,
touch,
mm,
and some bonds that I have made while traveling, I still am
mm,
in touch with those people. Like
mm,
we talk
mm,
sometimes, we meet
mm,
sometimes.
mm,
It's nothing, right? You don't know who they are, they don't know who you
yeah.
are. You have
Yeah.
just come there with a common interest. So and I've met like people from around the world. So when we were in Goa, my roommates were from France, from Italy.
Mm, mm,
When yeah, when I was in Sri Lanka, I met people from Sweden. So the
mm,
more you talk to people, you realize that at the end of the day, maybe somewhere down the line, I'm reading the same book as Victoria from Sweden is. So I can talk
Yeah.
to her about it. I don't have
mm,
to be quiet.
mm,
So to be able to hold up that basic conversation with people, it is exhausting sometimes, but then
mm, mm,
again,
mm,
Hmm.
it's necessary.
mm.
So that's how it has changed me. Like me being able to talk like this to both of you is also,
A
I would
big
give
achievement.
Yeah.
traveling the credit
True.
Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm.
for that.
So you have traveled so much. So any quick stories that come to your mind, which are funny and bit
Yeah,
unusual kind of thing?
I would like to ask this, like, you told you met uh someone from the transgender
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
community, right? Like, what
Mm.
was the experience? What
Yeah.
did she share? I would be glad to listen to this, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what I heard from her was there are not many places where they are accepted,
Yeah.
right? And even
Correct.
when she was there, so that where I met her was in Goa. So she
Goa.
was in the same hostel that we were, and I could see like men being so weird around her, and
Mm,
that was really concerning. And
mm,
as a female
mm,
traveler, I can tell you that
mm,
it happens to us a
Okay.
lot of times, right? So since we are budget travelers, a lot of times we end up booking dorm rooms.
Dorms, yeah.
We have not had like real bad experiences
Mm,
so far.
mm,
We try to book female dorm rooms. They're
mm,
trying to make it more inclusive for us.
mm, mm,
But then again, sometimes since you don't have an option, you have to share it with random people,
mm, mm.
and sometimes it does get weird because the people in
True.
your room,
Yeah.
you don't know the men
I
in
know,
your
I know.
room.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that with her, that without her consent, them touching her, just
mm,
approaching her with the whole intention of, getting something out of it. And I was also talking to her about how she feels when she's everywhere, and how her parents are,
Mhm.
are they accepting of it or not. uh, as her parents, I was very surprised when I heard about it, that her dad is extremely supportive, and she's
wow.
a really great person. Okay, even today when whenever I'm posting a story on Instagram, she's
Mm,
always one of the first people to reply and call me beautiful.
mm, mm.
Right? They are very misunderstood
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
very
that's
wrongly
That's
seen.
true.
okay.
That's true.
True.
I
Very
think
true.
that's changing to a certain extent, but then again, I could also see
At
that.
a very, very slow pace, but yes,
But
definitely yes.
yes,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
can see
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. So before that, I had never ever met anyone from as a
Mm,
friend from
Mhm.
mm,
that
mm,
community, right? From their
mm,
community. So that was the
mm,
first time I befriended someone. I
mm,
understood their
mm,
perspective, and it was again a mindset shift. Earlier, I was
true.
also repulsed by the thought of it, right?
Yeah.
But
Mm,
after meeting her,
mm,
I think the idea changed a little bit
mm,
to a
mm,
certain extent.
mm.
That must be a
Crazy.
beautiful experience for you.
Beautiful experience.
Yeah, it was, and it was like an instant bond. She came to us, she started talking to us, and
Mhm.
at the end of the day, she's just a human. There's no
Yeah.
need for us to
True.
be so
True. So true.
judgmental
So
about
true.
the choices that she has made for herself.
Yeah.
The reason for me asking this question was I had encountered the same feeling, not during travel. This is off the topic a little bit, but
Mhm.
when I met them for the first time, I didn't do anything. Like
Mhm.
uh, I was just talking about if she had food or no.
Mm,
It all started with one question, like, "What food did you have?" Right. She told like, "No, I had this like rice and dal cooked." Oh, okay. Where do you stay? It went like this.
Yeah.
Okay. While I was in the shop, I don't know if I had shared you or no, Kanav,
Yeah, I
but
know. I know.
यहाँ सिद्धेश्वर पार्क दुकान में I
I know.
spoke,
I know.
and at that moment, most of my friends still they're like they fear or they're not so comfortable talking.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
main reason to talk it out loud on this thing podcast is I every time I'm so comfortable with them. I don't know how, but I end up making friends with them. So that's when I was talking, and she told like no. She told the same thing you told, right? Like most of the places we're not
Yeah.
they're not acceptable. But with connection to travel and tourism,
Mm.
is there any guideline that is made for them specifically? No, no.
Yeah, there is, there
Is
is.
there?
So
Because
if
I
she
wanted to
has
ask this
to,
information about you because if anybody is watching this, it'll be informative for them.
Mhm.
yeah, so what I heard from her was, so she can't travel everywhere. So
Okay.
because of her sexuality,
Hmm.
she can probably go to Thailand, she can go to
Hmm.
some countries, but
Hmm.
not everywhere. I am not like very sure about what the guidelines and
Okay.
where they are
Okay.
accepted,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
there are some restrictions on where and how they are allowed to travel.
Oh,
That's
okay.
there
Okay.
for sure.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
I didn't know this. This is
No, I
new.
wanted to ask. That's why. If did she share something about this? That was my actual question about this.
Yeah, she told me that she can't
Okay.
travel to certain places even if she
Hmm.
wants to because of her choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We
That was a
need
little sad
inclusiveness.
because I know for sure that
Yeah. True.
she's not going
Yeah.
to harm anyone or do anything, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
then again,
That is such an external factor that it is not in her control, and she wants to.
yeah,
True.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times what I felt bad about was she is not seen as a human. She is seen as an object by
Yeah.
men, especially. Like
Yeah.
as a woman, I know I can understand her, I can be friends with her, but
Mm, mm,
when I saw men approaching her and trying to talk to her, they
mm,
objectify them so much, and they think that's all they are.
mm.
That was what had hurt me the most, and that was why I wanted to talk to her even more, and I wanted to make her
Exactly,
feel
exactly.
safe.
Get safe, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
that
this is
like,
such a thing. People should understand this.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
main reason why I talk every time, like we often get to see them in like uh, the trains or travel stations everywhere,
yeah.
right?
But also sometimes, see,
And like,
she is
uh,
not she's not the
got to
same as
know.
that. She
I
had
know.
that,
I got it. I
you
got it.
know.
I've seen professionals working. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. But what I have seen some people doing it here in Bangalore, I have seen it I've seen it a lot of times. I've seen it multiple times that they will touch you without consent. That is also
very
equally
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh,
They will touch you without consent. They will try to push you. They will try to, they've done weird things. Even to
mm,
girls, they have done it. And that is disturbing. I think, see, we want to make a safe space for you, but it's also your responsibility that
mm,
you act accordingly.
true.
So true.
Mm. And also, uh, you mentioned you met people from international travelers,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
student
A lot
transfer.
of a lot of them. And
What was the
that's what I told
experience?
you, right? Like when I was I did have a co-traveler. She was my buddy while diving. Actually, her name was Victoria, and she was from Sweden. And while we were talking, we were discussing books, and we ended up talking about the same books. Like she's in Sweden, some other
Mm,
continent altogether, and we
mm,
are reading the same book, right? So somewhere you'll
mm,
always be connected. It's just about
mm,
going and making that conversation. Maybe if I wouldn't
mm,
have spoken to her, I wouldn't have known her. I wouldn't have known
mm,
who
mm,
she's getting married to, where she is. So maybe next time I'm in Sweden, I could probably drop her a message. And now with social media and everything, it's so easy to be
easy.
connected to
Yeah,
Accessible. Yeah.
people.
true.
Yeah, so I can
Mm.
drop her a message if I need any help. So networking was is one
Big
big
thing. Yeah.
Mm,
advantage, I would say, while you're traveling.
mm,
You
mm,
get
mm,
to network with people from all sorts of
true.
backgrounds.
Mm-hmm. So good. Apart
So
from
that,
just networking, yeah, yeah, you're
yeah, please go ahead.
no, no. I was saying we are very much describing many activities like surfing and everything.
Mm,
I would
mm,
like to
mm.
know which places have you just traveled to just look at the buildings or
Mm,
feel the
mm,
culture or just be there? Because uh, there is a notion, right? South Indians, North Indians, too much difference and everything. So
uh,
that way, how much you have traveled a lot. So, like you said, Rishikesh again, one of the place where I would like to go for many
Yeah,
different
yeah,
reasons. So
yeah,
in terms of that knowing the culture, knowing the place, knowing the heritage of it, and just
yeah,
being there rather than majorly focusing on the activity, being there and having to feel that presence. So these
yeah.
kind of travel, so where have you been and how was it
I see a lot of places. See, Mulki, I get that I went there specifically for
for the
surfing,
activity?
and
Yeah.
Sri Lanka also I went specifically for
for
diving.
the activity.
But
Mhm.
the
Right.
rest of the places that I have gone to, it was not like for one particular activity. Like I told you, if there is an activity, it's an add-on. In
Yeah.
Mm,
Rishikesh, right,
mm,
I
mm,
wanted to watch the Ganga Aarti,
Same,
and I
same.
know that, yeah, and I know that in Varanasi, it's it's not the same as it is in Rishikesh. There's
Yeah.
a lot of more peace
mm,
here in
mm,
Rishikesh,
mm, mm.
and it was one of my top things to do in Rishikesh, to watch the
Okay.
Same.
Ganga Aarti
Mm,
and the temples. And that's what I told you, right? We traveled so slow. In Rishikesh, we stayed for about 3 to 4 days. We didn't want to go see this and that and that. We didn't do too much. We were just in the
mm,
hostel,
mm,
just roaming
mm,
around, and it was so peaceful. It was so peaceful. My roommate and I were discussing the same thing while we were there, that we could live here for a month.
Yeah.
mm.
It's such a slow life. You
Slow
wake
life,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, and the hostel that we stayed at was right opposite to the Ganges,
Ganges.
and the view was really amazing. So
Yeah.
you just wake up, you go for a stroll, and you have all these small local stores you buy.
Mhm.
And we always get souvenirs from wherever we go, like magnets or some
Yeah.
decor
Yeah.
or something. So we do a lot of shopping, buy the local clothes. Then we go around the street. We just do, and like for 1 or 2 days, we just did that. We were
Mhm.
just
Okay.
exploring the street that our hostel
Mm,
was in.
mm,
Just kept walking. There were some temples. We went to the temple. So
Yeah.
so most of the times it is like that. We are just chilling. We're just
Mhm.
walking around, just
mm.
exploring the city by foot. I
Yeah.
think that's the advantage that I told you of not going with
A group.
agents or
Yeah.
with
Groups.
like too much planned. Like I want to do this, I want to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I know
So
that I
true.
didn't get to see a
Yeah.
really good waterfall in Rishikesh,
True.
but I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
But it's fine, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
most of the time
yeah,
we
That
do
gives
this.
you
Like
a thing to
if
that
there's
we
a
can I can come next time again for just
true.
for this thing. Be
If
here
yeah,
for
if the
yeah,
some time
yeah.
again. Yeah.
uh,
Yes, yes. You leave with the thought that I'll come here some other time
again,
and
Yeah. Yeah.
probably do
true.
this the next time.
Agreed. Agreed.
And in Rishikesh, I think see Rishikesh is both. One is it's the adventure capital. You have river
Bungee
rafting,
jumping and all.
bungee
Mm,
jumping, and all sorts of things in Rishikesh. But it's
mm,
also equally, or rather more, cultural. Right, the
Hmm.
true.
temples, the
Yes.
ghats.
True.
I remember one fine evening we went to watch the Ganga Aarti, but we sort of missed it. Okay, so we were
Uh,
just sitting
okay.
by the ghat, and my roommate and I were having a conversation, and the
Mm,
amount of peace that both of us felt while we were there.
mm.
I mean, I can get transported back to it right now
True.
if I
True.
True.
just
True.
True.
think
True.
True.
about it. The peace
I
and
don't know why. Yeah, you had been to Rishikesh, but we I have never been to Rishikesh, but I can like feel what
Relate
you're feeling. Yeah. I
completely.
can relate. Yeah, fully.
yeah,
Yeah. So
and
true.
it's just 1%, I think, of what I am able to, you know,
Describe.
convey to you.
Describe. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe next time I'll
Notes.
probably start a vlogging channel or something.
Guys, follow
And
Spurti.
No.
She has a
Yeah.
channel, Instagram's page. She puts up a lot of new stories and
Yeah.
posts. Do follow her. Full shout out.
yeah,
Also, Kanav told he wants to travel to Rishikesh, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
One of my play
You're
destinations that
you're
I want.
okay. Let's cut this in the future if possible. You're not going
Yeah, yeah,
without me.
yeah, yeah. Any day, any day. Rishikesh is
you
not
should.
something you should go alone. I feel you need
No.
people to sit and
We
talk
need. Yeah.
and
No,
Yeah.
I'm
feel
telling
that
you,
peace.
like, it's a great place to even go alone. So you just go. One thing that we couldn't do was, like wake up early in the morning and go meditate.
Uh,
But I have seen a lot of people do that. They
Mhm.
go early, they wake up early.
mm,
It's also the
mm,
yoga capital, right? So
Mhm,
you
yeah.
have too
true.
many yoga centers. So
Mm,
probably do a yoga course there for a few
mm,
days. So, or
mm,
even if you want to do it by yourself, just go to one of the ghats, sit
Hmm.
there, meditate
Yeah.
for some time,
mm.
and पूरे साल का पीस का कोटा you will get in those few days
So
and
true.
come back.
Yeah. But
Okay.
this is just Rishikesh that we are talking. You have been to many other places. So apart from Rishikesh, which is that place, which are those places which stayed with you? Like Rishikesh is very direct. Like yeah, the
Yeah,
one thing
yeah,
that brings
Yeah.
the peace that comes is from Rishikesh. Yeah, the
Yeah.
yeah,
ghats, the Ganga Aarti, every. It's like a bucket list thing, right? We
yeah,
have to
yeah.
see it once.
Hmm.
But apart from Rishikesh, what are those places which were like, yeah, if given a chance, I'll come again. I don't mind being here or
I
staying
can
here
go
forever.
like I can go on and on about places like that.
We don't
Goa
mind.
also,
We
Goa was
want
also.
suggestions. We want suggestions right now.
Yeah, Goa was also one such place like that for me. We traveled very slow. We would just go in the evenings by the beach, watch the sunset, and
Nice.
I've watched like really magical sunsets there. And Mulki, again, I love it from the bottom of my heart. I have watched really amazing sunsets in Mulki,
Mhm.
and we also got a chance to experience bioluminescence there once.
Oh, crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, that was one place. And one thing that I cannot get out of my mind is Rameshwaram temple. So we went to Rameshwaram because I wanted to learn windsurfing.
Mm-hmm.
But the temple we went to, oh god, the Garbhagudi, it was
Yeah.
so beautiful. I can still picturize it. It was
Nice.
extremely pretty. And south of India, Kerala, I don't know, I think it's because of the way we traveled. If we would have
Mm.
had our own car
Vehicle.
or something, maybe we could have explored it better.
Yeah.
So I was in Wayanad a few months ago. I
Mm.
enjoyed it. We were in hostel and we enjoyed it. We were there for
Mm.
2 to 3 days. But the last time we traveled to Kerala, we did the whole circuit, Alleppey, Munnar. We went to Suryanelli for camping. The camping experience at Suryanelli was amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, but then again, I think maybe if we would have traveled a little differently, it would have been nice.
Mhm.
And the rest of the places, the problem is like Kanyakumari and stuff, right? I personally don't like going to places that are too
Too much
crowded.
crowded. Same
Yeah.
here.
Same.
Same.
so so you just go there just to say that na hog bande ni Kanyakumari, na mut bande ni last.
No.
Even Dhanushkodi
Yeah.
is so beautiful, so pretty. But then the same case with Dhanushkodi, like now
Too
Hoda,
many people.
like too many people in buses coming there,
True.
Yeah.
True. True.
it
True.
ruins your experience of that place.
Ah, yeah.
We are
True.
planning something for in July, so let's see if that
Yeah.
happens.
The other place that I can't ever forget is Sisu, near
Mm.
Manali. I think it
Manali.
was also because of the company that I had. I had
Mm-hmm.
traveled with my friends from college,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and one was the hot springs in Vashisht. So
Oh,
there's a temple in
Vashist. Okay.
Vashisht, yeah, close to Manali.
Mm.
There is a temple, and right next to the temple,
Mm.
there is this hot spring where you can take a bath.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Nice.
So that was one experience that I
Mm.
will never forget.
Mm.
And in Manali, we rented out bikes and we went to
Nice.
Sisu. And the landscapes there, I tell you,
Oof.
it's just
Breathtaking, dude. Like so amazing.
breathtaking,
Yeah.
really serene, really. All these dry mountains. In Manali, you get to see a lot of these fern trees and that landscape. But the moment you start going towards Jispa,
Sisu. Yeah.
Yeah.
you start seeing these dry mountains, right? And they have their own charm. And
Correct.
going on a bike is an experience
Again.
altogether. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
again
All
a
that.
checklist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was one more place called Jana Waterfall,
Mm.
that is also close to Manali. And that experience also I liked it. Like you just sit by the waterfall, and we had a proper Himachali thali
Mm.
food.
Nice.
So that was also one experience that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, one thing that I really want to explore is the northeast side of
Again, I was going to
India.
come there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Same, sir.
Northeast part.
Yeah, I think it's a little underexplored.
Yes.
I would
But
really,
I
really.
guess if we are we if we have this thing to visit to Northeast, no, then we have to do it as early as possible because in the coming years, I'm sure it's gonna be
Industrialization might.
as crowded. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
So true.
also, it might get as crowded as Manali because
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to happen.
mm,
Because
like,
traveling, like I said, right, it has changed over the years. You can see it, right, because of
true.
Mm.
Instagram, because of reels. You
Yeah.
Aesthetics.
see aesthetics. You see that the way people travel
Yeah.
True.
has changed. Oh, and how could I ever forget my trekking experience in Kashmir?
Wow.
Just
Kashmir.
um beautiful, beautiful.
Crown
Like
of India.
yeah, I mean, I don't really have words to describe it. I mean,
Mm.
it's sad to see what's happening there
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now,
Mm.
but I've also been to Switzerland, right? So I can. It's really comparable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Huh.
landscapes there and
Huh.
here, they are really comparable. And Kashmir is so, so, so beautiful. Parts of Kashmir also, again, because of commercial reasons, have
Yeah.
Mm.
turned into these spots where too many people
Correct.
are going and all of that. But I had a very I had an amazing experience because I did the trek. So I
Yeah.
think I would like to talk about that trek, and I want more
Sure.
people to
Sure.
go on it,
Please.
explore it. So it's called Kashmir Great Lakes. So it's
Yeah.
a
Correct.
trek. Yeah, so
Mm.
it's a trek, a 75-kilometer stretch. You will do
Nice.
it over 6 days, and some days are really challenging. And the thing that I learned there was to live close to nature,
Mm-hmm.
because there you are sleeping in tents. You don't have the comfort and the luxury of your beds or
Yeah.
anything. You're sleeping in tents, in sleeping bags. One. Second, even if you have to take a dump, you are not doing it in toilets. No Indian, no Western.
Mm-hmm.
They will dig. They will literally dig a hole for you,
Yeah.
and there will be a makeshift tent, and you will literally be pooping in those tents.
Yeah.
Okay. No source of electricity, no network for a few days. All you do is just live as close to nature as you can. It's just walking every day. And along the stretch you get to see about 7 lakes, and each one of them are so beautiful. And
Yeah.
I think everybody should experience this trek at least once in their life, to
Once in a
see
lifetime, yeah.
how beautiful Kashmir really is. I don't know if you get to see that side of it when you're just traveling, but this trek was just something else. Like, it challenged me mentally also, because there were days when we had to, walk like at a stretch for 16 kilometers. You're just
Oh
Yeah.
walking,
no.
and you imagine being on that altitude,
True.
with that
Breathing
amount of,
issues. Yeah.
yeah, with that amount of oxygen
Yeah.
and all of that. It's again same there as well. It's challenging mentally as well
Oh yeah.
as physically. So all these activities, I think, are very important for people to do, because you change as a person, right? Earlier
Yes.
maybe you think you can't do something. To be honest, I have not had good experiences with trekking. I have tried it here in Karnataka. So I tried Kodchadri, I tried Kudremukha before there, going there. Both of the times I have failed miserably. Okay, my friends
Okay.
have suffered because of me, because I had cramps, because I had issues.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
trekking was never really a good experience for me.
Yeah.
And despite that, I pushed myself. I knew that I wanted to do this, so I trained myself for about like 3 weeks, I guess. I woke up in the
Okay.
morning, went out for a run.
True. True.
And you need that,
Yeah.
you
You
need
need
that
that agility and
physical,
yeah,
yeah,
Hmm.
stamina to
agility
do it.
to do that, right? You can't just go on a trek and be like, "Acha, na ik ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ." That's not going to
True.
happen.
True.
So you're building discipline. You're challenging yourself. You
Yeah.
thought, you
Yeah.
think you can't do something, but the day, I was on the highest peak. So it
Mm-hmm.
was about 4,200 meters. So the day I was there, I felt that rewarding experience. I felt that accomplishment, that,
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't do this. My parents didn't think I could do this. My
Hmm.
mom kept telling me every day that,
Yeah.
please back off from this. You haven't had good experiences with
I
trekking.
Yeah.
know.
But
I know, right? Like,
yeah, but I pushed myself, and the day I finished it, I was so proud of
Happy. Yeah.
myself. So happy, so proud of myself. So that's why I keep telling you, right, that it has changed me as a person. Because now anytime there is a challenge, it's not like I fear it, and I'm going to run away from it. I
Yeah.
fear
Yeah.
it, but I want to get over that fear.
So
That's
true.
the mindset
Yeah. That's
change.
the
hmm.
change in mindset. Even I recently
Mm.
started
Yeah.
incorporating. But yeah, that's true.
But
Like you
how
said.
did you get you have how did you have that mindset
Uh,
shift?
so when I moved to Bangalore, my friend Sohan, and he's a real adventure geek guy. He's
Hmm.
like, let's
Mm.
go somewhere, let's do trekking, let's do something different. And we, for the first time, I tried trek there is a small rock climbing trek. It's not a
Mm.
normal trek. Also, it's a rock climbing trek called Savinadurga. So
Ah,
it
right,
legit
right.
means death of something. The
Yeah.
Savina, that's death.
Pavina Durga. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went there, and it's a complete rock.
There are people who have died there also,
Yeah, they
right?
have. And
Yeah.
other treks are like a jungle trek or a in between forest, and then the slope comes.
Mm,
This is
mm,
a rock. This is
mm.
two multiple huge rocks stacked upon themselves, and there are then you have to get there. And
Yeah.
that is the first trick that I have gone with him. And I'm like,
Hmm.
have I made any mistake?
Bold choice.
half,
Yeah.
half, we are on the half thing, and I'm seeing down there the place where we have kept the bikes. It looks so tiny like ants
So
when we are
tiny,
up there.
Mm,
And I'm like,
mm.
we have more other half to go up, and I am
yeah.
Mm.
already drained. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And still, like you said, still challenge yourself, go there. And once we reach there, the satisfaction of being there, just
Right.
get being there, having the air hit you,
Yeah.
just take some pictures, just be there and get that feel. something different. So after that I did Skandagiri. Skandagiri
Mm,
was not that tough like the one, but it has its
mm,
own ups. I mean, so few of the issues there. So again,
right.
half point. Did I do some mistake? Should I go down? I'm having. Should I? No. Let's go. Let's go. Even he's like he's the person who motivates you. Let's go. And we went on the top again. A very good view. Multiple mountains. I can see the clouds just in front of me, and the whole thing was surreal. Like you said, these things really.
So you got to see the cloud bed when you were in Skandagiri.
Yeah, 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 I was able to.
Oh, lucky.
I could see it's just in on the eye line there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow.
I've only seen it in pictures, never been there.
But it's good. It's real good. But as you said, the North Indian treks were very different from South Indian.
Yeah,
These
So,
these are
but
challenging. The South Indian treks are pretty challenging.
hmm,
they really are. I think I want to do Kumara Parvata. I think
Hmm.
it is about 28 kilometers,
Yeah,
done over 2 days. I think it is one of the most challenging ones in Karnataka.
yeah. It
And
is
there
one
are
of the
some really,
biggest. I think so. It's
the
on the top.
longest one,
Yeah.
yes.
the
After
longest
that,
one.
it's Kudremukha, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Kudremukha was about 20 kilometers, 10
Yeah.
ascend and 10 descend.
Then this is more. This is around
This is
40, 50.
28.
Okay. Just one side, right?
No, no. So there
Both.
are two ways from where you can start this Kumara Parvata. One is from Kukke Subramanya side, and the
Yeah, yeah.
other one is I don't really know,
Hmm,
but you can start from
hmm,
either one of these
hmm,
points, something
Hmm.
like that.
Cool.
hmm.
So you mentioned you had been to the trek of lakes. There is a lake mentioned in Lutera movie, which is recently going very viral, the Chandratal Lake. Have you by
Mm-hmm.
any
Hmm,
chance
hmm, hmm.
been there?
No, I think Chandratal is close to Manali. I think I am not very, very sure.
Spiti. It says that
Yeah,
Chandratal is in Spiti, Himachal,
it's in Spiti. So
and you are in
Spiti,
Spiti
West.
Himachal.
is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's one place that I haven't explored yet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sometime in the
Spiti, Leh
future.
Ladakh, all
But
sides.
I
Yeah.
tell you, India is so, so beautiful,
Oh
and there
man.
are,
Beautiful people there.
yeah, the different landscapes, right? So you go to the Western Ghats, you see something else. You
True,
go to the north
true,
of
True, true,
India,
true,
you
true.
see something else, and then you come to the East
true.
Coast, it's something else altogether. And it's various landscapes in one country. It's just
True.
really,
Mesmerizing. Yeah.
really, yeah.
There is so much of diversification just in small area
Yeah,
comparatively.
yeah.
Yeah.
Diversity though is there, but I think one thing that can get better here is just the general,
Uh,
um, littering problem.
Yeah.
Like
true.
even when it comes to people,
Littering
the
problem.
basic civic sense, I don't
True.
see that a lot. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I don't know, some sort of awareness has to be there. So
True, man.
even on beaches, right? Maybe sometime in future, if I get the chance, I do want to be a part of some beach cleaning
Clean. Yeah.
program.
Pros.
Uh, but it's sad. Even Butterfly Beach in south of Goa, if you read about it, you see that it was one of those hidden spots before. Like very few people knew
True.
of it.
Yeah.
Now, if you go there, you will see that half of the beach is covered with litter,
Plastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
plastic bottles.
Not just
I mean,
that. Most of the beaches in Goa, I feel,
Most of
are
the beaches.
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
most of
Most of
the
the beaches.
beaches. But this was
Most
this
of
was
the
like
popular beaches.
Yeah. So the North Goa beaches, we
yeah.
can say.
North Goa beaches. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are so popular. This one was hidden. So now, because
Hidden.
of the exposure to
True.
internet, right?
Hmm.
A lot of people are going there. The only thing is that there's no problem with you going there, but it's also your responsibility to make sure to leave it as it was, right? How hard is it to carry your own
So
water
true.
bottle? How
True.
hard
Yeah.
is it to carry it, just even if you're buying a plastic water bottle, just
Any
leave
trash
it
you can
in
put it in
your
a
hand.
bag and you
Yeah,
you can
just
go
bring it
somewhere and put
back
it in the
with
dustbin.
you.
True.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think that one thing is missing here in India,
Maybe.
but
Yeah.
the travel scene has changed a
I
lot in
Yeah.
India.
I understand that most of the travels like who love nature will definitely do this because I
Yeah. Yeah.
I do. I personally
Mm,
do.
mm.
I carry all the plastics in my bag. I do. One of my friends, Akash, he's a very this guy is like so much
Yeah.
concerned
Yeah.
about plastic. Plastic, he tries to eliminate
It's
plastic as much as possible. That
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
inspired by
yeah.
that move. Like even if we are buying water bottles, we try to get the like the biggest size so that we can avoid
correct.
plastic. I
Plastic.
do
Yeah,
this till today. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
till today.
important
Just
to do all of that.
yeah, just to eliminate small bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There is
yeah.
so much of wastage, right? So
And
why to
it,
buy? Yeah.
yeah, and it's so sad, like when you actually see a lot of times people don't understand what climate change is
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm,
how
hmm,
even the
hmm.
smallest of your acts are
Acts
affecting it.
so, huh?
Like
Yeah.
all this plastic that you're throwing will end up in the ocean. You can see,
True.
right? So when you're diving, you can see that the corals, they're getting bleached, the
Yeah.
corals,
Hmm,
they're dying.
hmm, hmm,
So when you see all of it, and people are so blind to it because they are not seeing immediate effects on it.
hmm, hmm.
Abhi, for me, who is sitting in Bangalore, I don't know that the glacier somewhere in
True.
Antarctica or
True.
Arctic
True.
Circle is melting. I don't know. So for
Yeah.
me,
True.
climate change doesn't exist. So I'm not gonna do.
Right.
And a lot of times, what I have seen is, so when you try to make a change, let's say I bought a
Uh,
bamboo brush. So a lot of people will just demotivate you. They'll be like, "Nee obaki bamboo brush tagondre ಏನದು? How is it going
no,
to change? There are
it will definitely help, right? Yeah.
there are 100 other people who will
Yeah.
still use a plastic toothbrush. What
True.
difference will your act make? Like if everybody keeps thinking like this, who will even initiate and
Yeah.
start it?
True.
Correct.
True.
Correct.
So true.
Maybe to talk about it on internet will help
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
because we
even
have to
that
normalize talking about it. Yeah.
sustainability, yeah,
Yeah.
sustainability has come into picture. You see that, like at
Picture.
least in
Correct.
Bangalore, right, we see a lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
exposure to
Hmm.
sustainability as a concept.
True.
But when
True.
you go to cities like the smaller cities, it's still not there
Hmm.
sustainability.
Hmm.
And while traveling, how to travel sustainably, that's also still not really a
Hmm.
concept here in
Hmm. Hmm.
India.
Hmm.
There's one influencer that I follow on Instagram.
Hmm.
Her name is Shivya.
Hmm.
So she writes blogs and she
Okay.
writes articles about
Hmm.
how one can travel sustainably.
Sustainably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's very, very important. And
Hmm.
me as a traveler also would like to put out this message for everyone that it's really, really important
Hmm.
Yes. I
to consider sustainability. I mean, when we
Hmm.
are traveling, we have a lot of carbon footprint. Obviously, I'm taking flights, I'm taking
Hmm. Hmm.
buses.
True.
So there's
Hmm.
my carbon footprint, if I start calculating, will be
It's too
too
much.
bad, right?
Yeah.
So to compensate for that, if I could do like small things, maybe.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
It's not
yeah.
that hard. It's about making few changes, right?
Correct.
Some,
Always. It's always about small changes.
Small things
It's
yeah,
always
make a
about small
big
things. It's not
difference. Yeah.
about a big.
yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
And please don't think, ki what difference will it make if I'm the only person doing it? Even if you're the only person doing it, please do it. It
Okay. Even if
matters.
it's what I believe is like even if it's not making difference, do it.
Do it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Small things matter.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
day,
Do it
someone
for.
else can get
Yeah.
inspired from it.
Correct. Correct.
Like Akshay mentioned, Akash. He seeing him, he Akshay got inspired. Seeing
Ah,
Akshay,
yeah.
many
It
others
is so
can get
simple.
inspired. So small
Because
things make big difference
people
relatively.
want
Correct.
to. What I believe is like there are so many people who wants to contribute something but don't have an idea how to do it.
Yeah.
It is often we see this often, right, in people.
Yeah.
Most of the people in terms of contribution to society or to nature or to someone who are in need, they want to do something. I see so many people from tier one cities. They are so much busy in their life, they can't go in person to a place and help them, like whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be searching for places where I want to do something for society because the satisfying doing something for the society or for the nature is another level of relief.
Satisfaction. Yeah.
Uh,
True.
because you earn so much, you do so much, and yet you're not satisfied. Then there are some small things where you're craving for, like
Yeah.
crave to do for, right? Even
Yeah.
most of the times I sing, right? I do shows in places like popular places, 5 star, 4 star. Uh, Most of the time, yeah, this is my profession. I enjoy it, but I'm always up for shows like where I'm performing for a community
Mm.
or for a old age house for underprivileged people. I'm always up. I tell them like if this is genuine and you're not making money out of it, count me in
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
because I want to do something of my art to somebody.
Correct.
And if I'm getting a chance to do it, why not?
Why
So
not?
true.
Yes.
That'll be the utmost satisfaction I get when I perform, right? Even if
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are 10 people, and they don't know how to enjoy music, and if I'm teaching them how to enjoy music, it's like another level of satisfaction. And I
Yeah.
did this, okay? Me, Akash, two Akash, like one Nima photographer Akash and one like, and one
Okay.
of my friends Vaishnavi. We had been to this place near Gadag, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So even there, every time he's a vlogger, right? Every time we open the camera, we tell them like, "Haka ko battery, paka sala haka ko battery." There is so much. Al
Good.
male guddak who go to the who will climb and like bring other people's waste. It's highly impossible.
Yeah.
But most of the I have seen a couple of beautiful humans who go to that place uh, as a routine. They just collect all the garbage and they
Mm-hmm.
come, like
They
trash
come.
and come.
Yeah.
So salute to those people.
Yeah, I think it's
Mhm.
also a responsibility for probably the forest department, for the government. I see that here
Yeah,
in Karnataka they
true.
do that. So when I was on these treks,
Hmm.
so they are counting the number of plastic
Yeah.
items
Yeah.
that you are
They do.
carrying.
Ah,
They do.
So if you're carrying
true,
five, you
true.
have to have those five things when you're
Get
coming
five
back.
things back. Yeah,
Yeah. So if somebody is there who's making sure that it's not
true.
happening, it
Yeah,
it makes sense. But when there's nobody to look at you, that's when
true.
people will go wild
Yeah,
and
yeah. We cannot have that human force always and every time, every
mm,
Yeah.
place.
mm,
We cannot have it. Like
mm,
that is a thing that we have to educate ourselves that we shouldn't be doing this.
So true. But we are digressing from the travel part of it.
Ah,
But yeah, coming back to that,
true, correct.
because as you said, you have traveled a lot.
mhm.
For sure, you have tried many different cuisines.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So apart from the daily cuisine that you have, which one was it that really clicked for you? Like, come on, this is what I was waiting for, or something like that.
To be honest, I think I like my mom's food the
Come on,
best.
this is again a diplomatic answer. Everyone likes it, but
No,
I'm
no,
saying
I'm
in
not
terms of
being
Not
traveling, yeah,
diplomatic
diplomatic.
enough.
that's true. That's true. I'm not saying no. I'm saying
Uh,
Yeah.
when you travel, there are places where you don't get good food, and there are places where you really are mesmerized. Oh fuck, this kind of food in this place. I mean, I didn't expect. So something like that. Yeah, obviously we like our mom's food. I was not comparing
Yeah.
it. I'm saying while traveling, the food that we get is not the top quality in terms of hygiene, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
taste, in
I'll,
terms of our own preference, like vegetarians, non-vegetarian. Not everyone gets it. I'm saying in
Mm-hmm.
that sense that you traveled, you were not expecting that, yeah, you
yeah,
may get it, and
correct.
it's like, come on, yeah,
Yeah,
i
yeah,
i got such a good food here.
true.
I think at all places it was decent, and I'm a vegetarian. I
Mm.
eat egg, but vegetarian
Sad.
maybe. Uh, so I think one meal that I remember was in Goa. So in
Hmm.
north of Goa, we had this really crazy adventure. So we went to Arambol beach. So once you cross the beach and go to the other side of it, there is a freshwater
Lake.
lake
Arambol
close
Lake, yeah.
to, yeah, Arambol Lake, and there we met a guy
Mm.
called Rohan, and
Hmm.
he said, I will take you a little on the top in the forest for a mud bath. We were like, okay,
Hmm.
fine, yes. We went, and that is, yeah, that was another experience that I'll never forget in my life. So he prepared that. So there's a particular type of mud that you get
Hmm.
there, and he will apply it. You can apply it on yourself, so entire body, and then there will be some fresh water where you can take a bath.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, so that whole experience is amazing. You should try it when you are around Arambol. So
Hmm.
Hmm.
we did that, and when we came back, it was a little dark, and
Hmm.
we were staying near Anjuna. So for us to go back
Hmm.
to Anjuna would not have been a very ideal choice. So we
Hmm.
decided to stay there near Arambol. So we got ourselves a room close to Arambol,
Mhm.
and there was a shack. I think that was the only one that was open there, and we thought like, okay, maybe we'll just go and have something. And we had what, basic roti and dal, and I can still remember the taste of that.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happened. Maybe it was the food that was really good, or
Mhm.
maybe because we were really
So much
craving for some
hungry.
food, or I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
what the reason is. But that dal and roti slapped.
That
Yeah.
this is what I was asking. Like, not every traveler who travels has his own good and bad experience, but there is
Mm,
one experience is like you don't expect it, but it turns out to
mm,
be the
mm,
game changing thing.
Okay. I have one
Mhm.
instance to
Yeah. Yeah.
share here. When I'd been, see, I Kanav knows that I don't drink tea.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate tea. I hate tea.
mm.
I am not drinking it for
You're
more
going
than.
to get a lot of hate in the comments for this, I guess,
Come
Akshay.
on, it's a
I
preference.
don't
Not
drink.
everyone
Yeah,
likes it.
I don't
So.
drink tea, but I'm
Even I
a
don't actually. Even I
sucker
don't.
for coffee. I love
Mm,
coffee.
mm,
Okay, I used to love it. Like I used to have it every day when I was in Bangalore. But now I'm not in Bangalore for a long time. But whenever I'm in Bangalore, I have coffee.
Hmm.
Uh, okay, coming to this instance, I never drink tea. So in my life, I have drunk tea after I quitting tea like 14, 15 years ago. The first one was opening of my friend's tea stall. One
Hmm.
sip,
Yeah.
that's it. And the second time, I I tried it in Manali, not in
mm.
Manali, Kasol.
Uh,
Sorry, Manali, after Kasol,
was it
correct.
chai or something else, Akshay?
Chai,
Exactly.
definitely.
My
Chai,
question.
no, chai. It was chai. It was chai. Don't
Okay.
mistake me. Okay, that time what happened was we asked them for water, okay, because cold water doesn't work.
Yeah.
uh, I asked them to heat water for me. That took a lot of time. Okay, what I told like, garam kya hai? Jaldi chahiye. No, whatever. He told like we have tea, like this big glass of tea. I'm like, bro, give me anything which is hot. I'm gonna drink it. Okay, but I had this conception of sometimes if I drink tea, my health will get upset.
Mm. Mm.
Anything,
Acidity.
Yeah.
acidity or I don't know what, but I'm not comfortable after drinking tea.
Hmm.
But chai tasted so great in Kasol. Sorry, not in
Slap.
Manali.
I still
Chai,
doubt it was it chai.
it is chai. You can call Sagar and ask him
Yeah.
because this is one of the strongest memory I remember of drinking chai. Most
Hmm.
I tell it to everybody. Like I have drunk tea in my life only like twice,
Hmm.
uh, and a couple of times when my friend forced
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
to drink. So maybe twice or thrice, I guess. But one
Mhm.
cup of chai for me, it was unimaginable, but it was such a good experience. And also, chilla, basin chilla.
Mm.
What happened? Okay, there is a story. All right, I went with my friends to Kasol, right? Uh,
Again, was it?
yeah,
Again.
no, it is chilla, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have an
Continue.
experience of
Continue.
that also, but I don't want to talk. But
You should tell us, Akshay, your.
life's first time. Yeah,
Hmm.
basin chilla. I hadn't tried chilla before.
Yeah.
That's also okay. What was that? Sandy, he was our property owner, and me, Sagar, Rishabh, and Brian were so hungry. The
Hmm.
previous night we had food. We partied in the night, and there's one beatboxer from Delhi. He came. He was jamming with us. We partied, and in the morning we woke up. We are so hungry. We want to eat something.
Hmm.
Okay. I remember we had bread omelette, which was made by Sandy himself.
Nice.
So tasty. And he bought
Mm,
that basin chilla. Okay. But due to the weather, what happens is like you're cooking the chilla, right? You take it on a plate. You have to have it within seconds,
correct.
maybe
That's
within
hot.
6 or 7 seconds, I guess. Not even
Mm,
7 seconds. Even if they're taking it out from a pan, you have it. You won't feel it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
Too
Yeah,
cold.
the same thing happened. We all are waiting eagerly for the food. Sandy came in, he sent somebody in the room. He bought a plate like this. We all ran to the food. So like it's like we grabbed the food and we had so tasty, so tasty. I remember about this.
Yeah.
And chicken. Chicken when we cooked like 2 days ago
Hmm.
to this place in Chilla story. We cooked it in the night. There was no electricity in Kasol that day. Fresh snowfall,
Nice.
fresh snowfall, and we couldn't even see our property nicely on that day because we reached somewhere around 4:30 or 5, but it was dark already. Went to the property. There was no electricity. We went to a short trek to this Kasol main market, and we uh, came back.
Hmm.
No electricity. In what did they say? In dark, we cooked this chicken. We helped them cook the chicken. Chicken tasted good. Sorry, Spurti, talking about chicken on the podcast.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But please turn into a vegetarian.
So
It's good. It's good for the environment also.
please,
Yeah. Sure.
no advices, please.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love chicken.
Hmm.
I love chicken. Spurti. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was related to cuisine, but anything else apart from that that you really loved?
Um,
At least in
I
India.
think,
We'll go
of
international sometime.
course, like momos and
Hmm.
Momos, yeah,
Maggie,
momos, dude. How
Pahadi.
can I forget momos? Momos, I'm sorry.
Ah,
We had momos, such delicious momos. Yeah.
and Maggie. I don't know, for some reason when you have it on a mountain, it just
It
hits you
tastes,
differently.
yeah.
I don't know why.
So true.
And Spurti, in see, this Maggie which they cook, no, they won't put extra masala. They won't.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just vegetables and all that.
They put just vegetables, right? Just vegetables and mainly peas. We used to watch this in the ads, right?
Hmm.
I used to think like peas tastes very no, it doesn't taste good in the Maggie, but it tastes really good when you're having it on the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Momos,
in
like Spurti
Bali,
said, yeah.
when we were going on that bike ride,
Ah,
so we would always stop at that one place before Atal Tunnel, and we would have momos and Maggie and leave from there.
Nice.
Think that
true.
is also one memory that I have of food per se.
Hmm.
But for some reason, I think Bangalore makes the best dosas. We have tried it in Tamil
Ah,
Nadu, we have tried it in Kerala.
I can
yeah.
completely agree.
Nothing.
I
Agreed.
Bangalore
completely
has
agree
best
with
Agreed.
dosa.
completely
Agreed.
agree. Best dosas.
Agreed.
Best dosa. As a dosa
If you
lover,
if you want
I'm
to,
certifying
yeah,
Bangalore.
Oh yeah. I
yeah, me
completely
too.
agree.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
And Davangere for some
Yeah.
reason, I don't know
Benne
why.
dose, please.
Maybe because of the
Davangere
Benne
benne
dosa,
dosa,
please.
okay,
Please
but
include that.
yeah,
Okay.
Davangere benne
What?
dosa
Yeah.
also, but Bangalore ka dosa is
Huh.
No, because there are, see, even in dosas, there are like two types of dosas, right? One which Bangalore makes, like, it has all the
Hard
potential to
crust.
cut
Yeah.
your finger. That, yeah, hard
Hard
crust
crust.
dosas, yeah.
ghee
And
roast.
Davangere Benne dosa. I love ghee roast. I love Davangere Benne dosa personally.
Same. Same.
Uh, and so that is why Davangere and this thing,
Bangalore.
Bangalore. I
Yeah,
see.
and
In Tamil
also
Nadu, in Tamil Nadu, you won't get good dosas. No,
no, I was surprised.
no.
We were expecting good like podi
Yeah,
dosa. I thought
same.
like all these people are coming
Same.
here making podi dosa here. Then I thought maybe if we go to the authentic
True.
place, we'll get like good dosas. Maybe it's because we have tried it at the
No.
wrong places or what. I
Maybe.
don't really know, but I have
Possible.
Hmm.
never liked the dosa outside. It's just
I didn't like the
Bangalore.
idlis also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
They
think
call it idiyappam, no?
No, no. Idli is
in
different.
Kerala,
Idiyappam is
Sorry,
different.
yeah,
idiyappam is different, yeah.
yeah, it's a
Idlis also I didn't
Kerala.
like. Idiyappam, yes, I liked idiyappam in Kerala. Why not?
Idiyappam is good. I like
Yeah.
idiyappam.
Hmm. I think that's also one memory that I have. So I told you right that we were camping in Suryanelli in Kerala.
Kerala, yeah.
So the owner of the property, the next
Mm,
day he brought
mm.
us breakfast, and for
Wow.
breakfast we had appam, idiyappam, and
Yeah.
the kadla curry, and the
Ah.
Yeah, yeah.
Kerala breakfast food, and
Sagu. I don't know what do they call, but sagu.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
tastes
So
similar to
that
sagu.
that also was something that I remember. And that food, that thali that I told you we
Hmm.
had in
Goa.
Sisu. In Goa, yes, even in Sisu, we had that
Hmm.
thali by the waterfall. I mean,
Nice.
it was just a different experience. I mean,
Wow.
taste-wise, it was okay, but
Yeah.
Hmm.
for the experience, I think it enhanced
Yeah.
it for us. I
True.
think that, and Kanav, I think the thing is in Bangalore, right? There is nothing you can't find. You want
True.
Everything.
any cuisine,
True.
any cuisine, you get it here.
Yeah.
So I don't really have to
Yeah.
travel anywhere to for food, and we just keep exploring
No.
food here only.
Correct. Food we get it, but
Good food.
the ambience, the ambience, the nature, to have it
That's
at
true.
that place
Yeah,
Ha
yeah,
is
ha.
a
that's true.
experience, is a thing,
Yeah,
a different thing, right?
Hmm.
I
agreed.
would like to tell this also. I would like to share like shout out to all the homestay owners because
Yeah.
they cook so nice food.
Hmm.
Most of the people fail to acknowledge this, even in Chikmagaluru or Coorg. We had been to Coorg, I,
Mm-hmm.
Jayant, and Govind. So we found a nice homestay. I was
Hmm.
not expecting the food to be great there,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the owner was so good. He came to us. He asked like, "What you would like to have for breakfast?" We had no choice. Like there were a lot of options, but we told them that we left it on them. Like prepare
Hmm.
whatever you
Yeah.
best you can cook. So we'd like to have so good food. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I
guys should actually,
completely
yeah,
agree with.
shout out to all the
Homestay food.
homestay. Yeah.
I think I also had a similar experience.
Uh,
Now that Akshay mentioned, I remember.
hmm,
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
So we went to this homestay near
hmm.
Sirsi called
Seriously.
Tavrumane Homestay.
Wow.
So they have a really beautiful property. So very close to their property is a
Hmm,
waterfall.
hmm,
And
hmm,
there we had breakfast. So that was
hmm.
the first time I tried jackfruit dosa, and they
Jackfruit
also
dosa.
made
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So right. Yeah.
and they made jackfruit sambar also. That was the
Uh,
first time I tried it.
uh,
Okay,
uh.
I had never eaten jackfruit in food like that, and I had
Yeah, I
never
didn't even know that
expected.
this existed before
Yeah,
I had it.
exactly,
I didn't have
exactly.
it in Chelsea though, but I had eaten jackfruit dosa. It tastes really good. It
Yeah, yeah,
sounds weird, but it
yeah.
tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also one meal that I can't forget. Like they gave us pure honey, they gave
Mm.
us this jackfruit dosa and all
Uh,
the
uh,
local food. They also were doing beekeeping, so they had like like
Nice.
very authentic, ethically sourced honey. So
uh.
that was there, and the pickle also. I don't remember what pickle it was. So
Mm.
that food I remember.
Maybe they make it with jackfruit. Jackfruit pickles exists. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
I
Yeah, yeah,
think
they
they do.
They
exist.
I
do,
think.
right? It
They
Uh,
do.
was jackfruit pickle, maybe.
I'm not sure if it was jackfruit
Yeah.
pickle.
Mm.
Maybe you get that Mavin Kayala. Maybe the small ones. I don't remember the
Can give
Amla.
name.
that up.
Not amla. Sand Mavin Kai.
Kadalkai.
Sand Mavin Kai ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ around Sirsi.
Oh,
That's very
damn.
Midigai ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ. Sorry.
Okay.
I think they give us that.
Chikki is famous in Shirsi, no? Chikki.
Chikki
No.
we didn't try.
Okay. I also, guys, this one thing, and talking about food, I don't remember the names of the food. I don't know why, but I had something in Delhi. Again, it's non-vegetarian. Don't listen to me, Spurti. Uh, the chicken in Delhi tastes amazing.
I understand.
Yeah, and chole bhature is a little
Ah.
overhyped.
No.
No,
No.
no, no,
No.
no, no.
No. No.
I disagree.
No.
No, a little,
Sorry, Akshay,
little,
but
because
No. No.
I had it. See, uh, yeah, the chole was great.
where did you have it?
Delhi.
Delhi.
Like where in Delhi? At
Maybe
a
I tried at a different place. I don't know. I have to go to this popular place. I don't know. I
yeah,
have to
you should
have it
have it at
again.
the right place, right?
Right
If
place.
a
That also
random
matters
place
a lot.
you eat,
Yeah.
yeah, random place you'll eat, you can't judge it. Can't say that chole bhature is bad.
Maybe no, it is not
True.
bad. It is. I'm telling that it is overhyped.
No.
No, I think
No,
it's worth all the hype it
कनो
gets.
तो फिर हम दिल्ली जाएंगे और खा
Hmm.
के
Chal.
आएंगे.
अरे
Ready.
दिल्ली जाने की जरूरत नहीं है जस्ट कम टू
Bangalore में भी
बैंगलोर
बहुत सारे हैं.
Hey,
बेंगलोर ना तो
dude,
नूरा होता
that's what I'm. That's what I'm telling you. See, in Bangalore,
see
they
Delhi
they
what
they.
nature you will
Okay,
see
hold on,
Akshay
hold on.
you want to see
In
smoke.
No, not smoke,
Delhi
not
people
smoke.
offended.
Delhi. Okay, Delhi. I had this one great experience. Oh, okay, cut to that was a segue I was about to take, but before that, uh, I was talking about Chole Bhature. Like Bangalore has this. has a superpower to taste anything, make any food item taste good. Okay, maybe they design it so nicely that it should taste good. I don't know, but at actual places, I don't feel when I go to see dosa in Tamil Nadu is not tasting good, but it's tasting great in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, I felt this. I don't know. Chicken was amazing. Chole bhature. No, I
No, I
okay. I'll
just didn't have it at the right place. I think
maybe
Same.
I'll
in
do that.
Feel that.
yeah, in Delhi I went to
Was chole bhature? Did you try chole bhature in Rishikesh?
not in Rishikesh, but in Rishikesh there was this cafe. I mean, I
Huh.
want to talk about them because they are
Hmm.
so good. It's called the Little Buddha Cafe.
Hmm.
I think
Yes.
like it's pretty hyped and everybody
Hyped,
knows.
hyped, yeah.
Yeah, I have heard it.
Ha, ha,
Hyped,
ha.
hyped.
The food is good, but the view is really, really nice. So you
Okay.
just sit, and the view is just Ganga flowing by the
Hmm.
side, and very peaceful, very nice. We used to just go eat.
Oh man,
They
what a
make
cafe.
really good hummus and
Oh,
pita
you
bread
checked
and
it now.
falafel.
Yeah.
So good, so good. Their
Okay.
falafel and hummus were too good. So we used to eat that all the time. I think that was one thing I missed out on
Hmm.
telling you. And contrary to what Akshay said, in Delhi I have had chole bhature in Sitaram Divanchand,
Sitaram
and
Devanchand. Okay.
their chole was really good. I
Okay,
mean,
done then.
I
Will
thoroughly
I'll
enjoyed.
reconsider having chole bhature in Delhi again.
You
And
should
Do
also,
try.
it.
guys,
Do it.
okay, Delhi, I would like to tell something about Delhi. When we were going for this Himachal trip, we first stayed in Delhi for a no, not we returned from Manali, Himachal. Then we stayed in Delhi for 2 days.
Hmm.
Mm,
So we were so lucky we got to see this RD parade.
mm,
Republic Day
We
parade.
went in
Yeah.
the month of January, right?
mm,
So RD parade happens on 26th of Jan. So we were so fortunate we had been to what do they say? The
Red Fort.
not Red Fort,
The
Rajpath Bhavan, no?
Vijaypad or Raj something. I'm sorry. I'm
Huh.
not.
I'm so bad at remembering names. Okay, where the RD parade happens. Okay, for the first time, all the forces were practicing for the first time, and I have so strong memory of watching them do this, and they play so good. And I don't know how the place is constructed, how the area is constructed.
Hmm.
Every instrument is heard in surround. Like you're standing in front of them, but there is some sound coming from this side. This side. The panning, so nice.
Hmm.
Uh, me, Sagar, everybody was shook. We,
Yeah.
this experience was great. I wanted to share this. It was
that's
so
nice.
random. It was so random.
Hmm.
We
Mm,
just got fortunate.
unplugged.
Yeah, unplanned.
Mm,
I guess even not even like Prime Minister would be so close watching them play all this.
Yeah.
mm.
So that's a
Definitely.
different feeling at all.
Definitely.
A lot of times that happens, right? You don't plan and just
Ah,
something
right.
works out
Something
for
great
you, and
happens.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, you're
Another
there.
thing happened when we were traveling back to when we were traveling back from Kasol market to our stay. We went by trek, but while coming back, it was dark and there was no electricity. I had this in my bucket list that I want to travel on the top of a truck,
Truck.
Hmm.
watching
Mm,
moon.
Yeah.
We asked somebody to drop
Like. Yeah.
at one location. I don't know. I don't remember the name. We requested them.
Hmm.
I told them I like it's okay. I'm not gonna sit in on the seats, but can I go there? Like, I'll be safe. Don't worry about me.
Hmm.
I just hold it tight and I want to sleep like this on top. He was like, he agreed. Like that was crazy experience,
Hmm.
dude. Oh
you
my
had
God.
your highway moment.
Highway movement, but in the Ghats. Ah,
Also, perks of being a man. You can do that
I know, right?
without
But
worrying about being safe. Sorry, but
but it's okay, Spurti. If you ever get a chance to go on a trip, I'll make sure you're tied on the top of a truck and you'll
that
experience
sounds
this.
wrong, but okay.
Yeah, not sounding wrong, but you should experience that once, at least
Yeah,
once.
yeah. Mm.
Because see, the driver was hilarious. I'm telling you, the driver was so crazy. The Himachali. truck drivers.
Oh God, those people,
Salute,
Himachal drivers in general, they are of
salute
a
to you.
different species only.
Species, yeah. There's like
They'll just
Yeah.
I
drive
have
so
different kind of,
recklessly.
yeah, because I know my driving skills, and I it's better off when somebody else talks about it. But
Yeah.
all so Himachali truck drivers are so trained, so great, so precise. ಇಷ್ಟ ರೋಡ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಷ್ಟ
Hmm.
ರೋಡ್ನಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೊಡಿತಾರ ಗಾಡಿ.
Khare khare pa.
ಓ ಮೈ
Or
ಗಾಡ್.
cab drivers too, same.
Cab drivers, exactly.
How these people are
In all the
driving?
terrains and
God.
So
ಹಿಂಗೆ
true.
ಎದಿ ಬಾಯಾಗ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಿಂಗ ಕುಂದ್ರು ಹಿಂಗ.
yeah,
Please
crazy,
pray to all
crazy
the gods.
experience.
Yeah.
Just to watch them, like take out their vehicle from that, like part is so fun to watch.
Mm.
I'm like so curiously watching like ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಆಕೇತ್ಪಾ ಸಿಕ್ಕೊಂತಲ್ಲ ಗಾಡಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ತೆಗಿತಾನಿವ. But so easy, they do it so easily.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's all so fun to watch.
Recently, also, Sruti, you had a very different experience, full on
Yes.
ZNMD style, one
Yeah.
after other. First scuba diving, then the skydiving. How was the experience? Because when I saw the photo, I was like, "What the hell? She's legit living the life, the bucket list life that I want."
I
Uh,
know. Before I get to that, I think I should tell people like when they look at someone like me, they'll be wondering how I do this, right? One is I think I am privileged and I am
Yeah.
very grateful and thankful to the universe for having kept me in this position
true, true.
because I know that there is no responsibility at the moment on me, right? Because both my mom and dad are working, they're earning
Mm-hmm.
for themselves, so I don't really have to, support them,
Yeah.
and I don't really have any EMI at the moment. And
Hmm.
it was a conscious choice that I made. I could have probably bought a house somewhere or bought a car somewhere and paying that
Hmm. Hmm.
EMI and all of
True.
that. So it's a choice that I made that I want to invest my money into traveling.
Mm-hmm.
So
Traveling.
you
Yeah.
will have to make that trade off, right? You can't
Yeah.
have
True.
everything.
True.
So don't
True.
look at me on Instagram and think, wow, she has the perfect life. I have traded something to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
Yeah.
here.
Obviously.
I have also traded my when it comes to my professional life. Of course, right, when you're traveling so much, when you are giving so much of your energy to something else, you know that you're not the best at work. I know that
No.
I'm not given my 100% at work,
True.
and it's a
True.
conscious choice again. I have
Yeah.
made that I know that I'm in my 20s and I want to live it. I want to travel. So even if I'm at the back seat when it comes to my career for a while, I am okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the promotion that I wanted. I mean, someone of
Yeah.
my age should be getting. I didn't get it. I'm still in the lower position. So it's a
कुछ
I
पाने के
choice.
लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है.
Yes,
and
yes,
also
yes.
now what see I know Spurti from years, okay? But thanks to Kano for bringing her on this podcast because I have never seen Spurti express her life objectives so easily like
Mm,
this ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even if we had conversation about outside that McD in Brookfield, we didn't have this conversation. But so thankful. Kano, guys, Kano is doing a great job.
Yeah, yeah, he is. And I'm
Yeah.
so glad that he has, picked up
Because
something like
I know,
this.
right? Like, because I Kano dreamt of doing podcast in Kabbai.
Let's not go into that. Let's stick to travel right now,
No, no,
and we
this
can
guy
do
is
this
bad
later. We can do
this
this
guy
later.
is bad at taking compliments, but if you want to cut this out, cut out. Uh, but this
It's a
guy
live
wanted to
thing. I
do it.
can't. I
I
can
know, I
pause
know.
it, but yeah.
No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
But since he was doing, so we spoke about it. We wanted to speak about it, but like bringing Spurti as a guest and like she being so open about her
Traveling and everything. Yeah,
expressing her objective
yeah.
so nicely.
Yeah. I
So
think I'm
kudos.
also so glad because I don't get this opportunity so often, right, to go and talk about
Yeah,
travel.
right. I know,
And
right?
I
Yeah.
love it. I love doing this. I mean, somewhere I think down the line in 10 years, I'll be completely into this, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
But but for me to be able to come here, talk to everyone, pass on some messages to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to talk about, some useful information where
Yeah.
anybody can anytime reach out to me and drop a message if you want to know anything, if you want contacts or
mm,
anything.
mm.
Anytime you can just reach out to me, and I would be so happy to help. And I'm really, really grateful also to Kanav for having brought me here.
Oh,
Uh,
is this a closure? No.
no,
No,
not the
we have a
closure, not
lot
the
of
I
things.
want
closure,
to,
of
yeah,
course. Yeah.
I want to talk about,
Man, I want to
your
talk about skydiving.
international trip, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
coming back to skydiving. How was it?
Skydiving, the ZNMD life. Yeah.
Skydiving, see, that's one of the things I did very spontaneously. Like I told you, sometimes we plan, sometimes we don't plan. So I was in Germany for work,
Mm-hmm.
and we couldn't do much in Germany. We had 2 days. And we had to plan something around that. So we thought of going to Switzerland because it's an experience, right?
Yeah.
And
True.
let me tell you, it costs a bomb to just
Europe,
do
come on. What do you
anything.
think?
Yeah, to Europe is fine, Germany is fine, but Switzerland, oh my God, I tell you, so
Okay,
expensive.
tell me a little bit about finances, no, so that we can know. Like,
Yeah, about finance, the first thing that I would like to tell is that I am privileged that there is no responsibility, so I am able to do this.
yeah,
Second is, I think I would say this as a hack, that you make the best use of your credit card. So i
True.
yeah,
can
okay.
i can talk about credit cards to you and explain. I know credit cards are a lot of times seen as a bad thing, right? But
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
who's mindful, who knows
Mm,
how to
mm,
use it right, I
mm.
mean, it can do wonders for you. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why, like, not enough people have that knowledge.
Okay.
Managing your finances is very, very important. Credit card, when it comes to credit card, I think it's very, very important for you to have a good credit card.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So one is, either you can go to that. If you, let's say you have an HDFC credit card, you go to their website, you go book flights through that, you get reward points. You shop anything on Amazon, Flipkart. Instead of doing it through UPI, do it through credit card. But just be
Okay.
mindful. Just because you have a credit card, don't go on spending money.
Hmm.
Be a little mindful. Maybe set some limit on how much you want to spend. Then it can work in your favor, because the
Hmm.
moment you have those points, you are getting that for
So
just
true.
spending. Okay, you're not nee aduk rokka extra, you're not doing.
Paying a
You're
lot.
just getting those points, and then you can convert these points that you're getting through your credit card. Either you can cash it out, or
Yeah,
you can use these reward points to book some hotel booking. So if you
true,
have, let's say, collected like 10,000
Hmm?
points, you can get a one day free night stay at a five-star hotel. So they
true.
have these partnerships, the banks and the accommodations, the hotels, the travel
Okay.
agents. So
Mm-hmm.
travel partners, flight bookings, for everything they have these, the whole idea of credit card works on that.
Yeah,
And so I think you can use credit cards in your favor. And travel in a budget, right? Of course, when you're traveling so much, you can't go and expect to stay in
that's
resorts to get all
True.
sorts of luxuries. Like I told you,
Mm-hmm.
the first time we went to Mulki, we went for 5 days,
Mm.
and we opted for the free tent stay accommodation that they
Wow.
give you. And
Mm.
imagine going to Mulki, all coastal areas, you know how humid it gets.
True.
Imagine living in
oh
a
man.
tent with no fan, with nothing. So you
Yeah.
are trading off that luxury for
True. True.
budget.
Yeah, yeah.
True.
So stay in hostels, stay in dorm rooms. And nowadays hostels are everywhere. So that hostel
Everywhere.
culture has come in India, and it's there.
True.
So in Rishikesh, in Masuri, in almost all the places that we have gone to, we have stayed in hostels. We have
Mm.
stayed in
Mm.
dorm rooms.
Yeah.
So that's one way of saving out on money.
Mm.
And
Mm.
when you are in that city, try to use the public transport. Don't go for cabs
Yeah.
or something, maybe use the
True.
local bus. So when we were in Goa, we had to travel from the north to the south, extreme south, and we had to change like 2 to 3 buses. But we did it, but we got used to the public transport, right?
Yeah.
So that again can help you save money. And what I tend to do usually is, out of my salary, 1 percent, let's say 10% I'm choosing, and I'm saving it as a travel fund.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Wow.
try to invest it in some liquid funds or
Yeah. Mm.
some sort of funds with
Yeah.
less lock-in period.
Yeah.
Then you invest that money, and when you are trying to travel international, you will need money, so you get
Money.
that out from there and plan your
Yeah.
travels.
Systematic planning. Yeah.
Systematic planning. And a lot of times what people do is go in the peak season. So when you're going
True.
in the peak
True.
season, everything will be expensive.
Expensive.
Try and experience something offbeat, off
Yeah.
season. Go do that. So at that time, now see, now if you want to go to Goa from Bangalore, you'll get flight tickets for 2000 rupees, because this is monsoon
I've
Goa,
seen.
not
Yeah.
many
Monsoon
people
Goa.
will be traveling, but that's also an experience, right? So try that maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of these things, like, when you're being really mindful about all of these, like your accommodation, your travel, so you do some trade off between this, and then you put
Mm.
that money into experiences, right?
Mm.
I don't want to sleep in an AC room, I will sleep even on the floor.
So true.
But
So
yeah,
true. So
but
true. Yeah.
I cannot compromise
This
on
makes so sense. Until and
on
unless the toilets are good, I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind.
yeah,
So
yeah,
true.
the
Anyway.
toilets, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not non-negotiable. But when it comes
Because
to the
we have this,
luxury,
we
yeah,
have this luxury anyway. But when we are going, and if you're planning for a budget trip, you shouldn't be worrying about the stay.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
shouldn't be
yeah,
worrying about the stay
yeah,
because most of the time you're out,
yeah,
looking at the place, the
place,
geography.
yeah,
Uh, there's no point of booking a great room just to sleep for 5, 6 hours. That is
yeah,
such a
yeah,
waste of money.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And most of
Until
the
and unless,
places that we go to,
uh,
we just go to that place and we rent out
that's it.
a
Yeah.
scooter or scooty or something, and then we explore the place at our own pace, go to the
Mm-hmm.
places that we want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
We have done that in Rishikesh, we have done that in Coorg, we have done that
Mm-hmm.
in Goa. Like
Mm-hmm.
everywhere that we have gone to, stayed in
Mm-hmm.
hostels,
Hostel
rented out
and terrible.
scooties and explored the place
Yeah.
at our
True.
pace.
True.
And
So.
even when I was traveling international, I think credit card was really important for me for
Okay.
flight bookings. And let's
Flight
say
bookings. Yeah.
when you're there, you can also get travel cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're traveling international, I would always recommend getting travel cards and load in the currency that you know you're going to use in that country, and then
Yeah.
you go there, because that's very very handy. All these things, having credit cards, having these travel cards. And when you're traveling international, see if that place has some day pass or something,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
get that. So you just have to plan it out really well.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
have to put in a lot of energy into it. But
Uh-huh.
see, there is a lot of content. See, internet is your friend. You can get everything out of internet. So you have Reddit, you have Twitter, and there
Yeah.
are tons of people talking about travel, about these credit card hacks, about all these travel hacks. Just go look for it. If you want a guide, go to Reddit, look for guides. You will get
Mm.
all the information there. It's not
True.
too hard, right? And I think just calling and talking does a lot of work for you. Like,
Yeah.
just
True.
call up. I think the first time I went for surfing, I was scared, how can I call them and ask, and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
do I inquire? But now I can call any random person, I can ask them details about
Yeah.
anything, and
Yeah.
you get used to that. And even when it comes to your luggage and stuff, just buy a really good rucksack bag, put all
Uh,
of your clothes into it, and just go. Don't carry too much, carry light,
yeah.
and carry comfortable clothes, and just travel.
Mm-hmm.
Planning is such essential part of touring, no?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, it's
we
fun
do.
also. I love
Uh,
planning. I love absolutely love planning.
uh, okay.
That's true. I mean, I
It's
love
essential
planning,
till
but
today.
execution is the problem.
Execution is the problem. Yeah, that's what
For
we
that
plan
you need
so much.
to yeah, for that you
We
need to have an
plan so
open
much, but
mind.
Yeah.
yeah.
You should
Like, you
know that
plan,
there can be errors.
yeah, you
Uh,
should be okay with your plans not working out
Yeah.
also. Like, it's fine if
huh.
I planned this and it didn't work out, okay,
So true.
we relieve.
Yeah. I have so strong memories of planning everything and terribly failing at execution.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Happens a lot of time. But
Yeah.
you
happens
missed
a
out
lot of
the
times.
part of my favorite part, skydiving. We were in
Oh
skydiving.
yeah,
Switzerland and
Please.
we
sorry. You have
diverted
been
towards
asking
credit
me
card. But
about
yeah,
it, right? Yeah. So my early plan was to try paragliding there in
hmm,
Switzerland. So I knew that I wanted to do something in Switzerland, just not go see the tourist places.
True.
So paragliding was my first option. And then when I was talking to my roommate, she was like, "You always wanted to do skydiving in Switzerland." That's when it hit me. I was like, "Oh yeah, I am here. I have all
This is
the
so filmy.
I have everything, and then I immediately started looking for skydiving around
Mm.
yeah,
the area that I was in, and I found out that the place that we were going to is the best place for skydiving.
wow,
And then I
what a coincidence.
immediately, yeah, 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 I
Wow.
immediately called them up. I was like, we are. Interested, and communication is very very important.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's one skill that everybody should have,
True.
and being a
True.
little fluent in English. Not trying to say that English is the mother
True.
of all
yeah, yeah.
languages or anything,
No.
but it has always helped me with communicating
True.
Mm-hmm.
people from all sorts of backgrounds.
Completely
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So I just called them up. I asked them if they have a free slot, and ideally we were supposed to go on Sunday, but for some reason it was completely booked out. So we went on a Saturday, and it worked in our favor, right? If we would
Oh.
have gone on Sunday, maybe the weather was a little bad, and a lot of
Oh.
times it's also luck that is
Luck
important.
that plays
Yeah,
around.
I think that's what I tell you, right? That I'm very thankful that the universe always is my friend
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
works in my favor. So the week before the diving day, she told me that the weather was really bad. The day we went there, it was so sunny, so bright.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would be really difficult for us to dive in those conditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I called them up and we booked it.
Mm.
But we were on the verge of canceling it because it was really expensive, and we had no idea of how we are going to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in a
Okay.
different country. You don't know how to you don't know where that place is, how to get
Yeah.
there, how you're
Yeah.
going to figure
Yeah, yeah.
out. Don't really have the time to sit and think. But I just knew that even if I had to sell a kidney, I want to do this. And I will figure something out. I will do something. And I was like,
It's
even
like
if
just
nobody,
book it off, we'll figure out something.
yeah, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
even if you guys are not joining me, I'm going to be selfish for
Yeah.
myself. I'm going to do
Yeah.
this. I'll go alone. I'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
luckily, in countries like Europe, you have real good public transport.
Public
So
Yeah,
transport.
yeah.
Yeah.
there's connectivity, so you just have to
Mm.
get yourself a ticket. And we ended up booking it. We paid money and we booked it, and then we left for the place and we went. And initially I was like, kar lenge, fine. And how you go on top is they take you in a
Mm-hmm.
helicopter, in a
Yeah.
chopper. So
Wow.
you are taken to about 4,500 meters on top. And
Okay.
while I was standing there, so this was not a training. So this I do this with an instructor.
Oh.
Uh, so
Mm-hmm.
he was there, so I was a little fine. But the moment I stood there, I mean, I can still picture it. I
Oh.
was scared because I'm a little scared of I'm scared of heights. And
Right.
every time I
Yeah.
try to do something to get over it, even bungee jumping, I was so scared. I was telling the guy behind me that I cannot do this. I'm getting scared, and then he just pushed me, and I did it.
Damn.
Even here, I told my instructor that I'm really scared. Maybe I can't do it. And then he was like, don't worry, I am here. And after that, like for the first few seconds, I was scared. I mean, I'll post the video soon. Everybody can see it, that oh my god, she's scared. And after that I started enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a bird, free,
Yeah.
nothing, you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
falling from 4,000 meters. And Kanav and Akshay, that experience
Yeah.
was so amazing
Oh
because I got
Yeah.
the
man.
view of Switzerland that not many people will get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Mm.
there's a place called Interlaken. So it's a
Mm.
very very beautiful place. Like every place in Switzerland is like a picture, like a painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So pretty, so pretty, so clean, so neat.
Mm.
And imagine seeing that from the top. One
Wow.
side you have two lakes. Those are the two big
Uh,
lakes of
uh,
Interlaken. And on the backdrop is the I think the Alps, I guess. Yeah, those are the Alps.
Nice.
So some ranges of the Alps. So
mm.
imagine seeing that from that level, right? So that experience though, definitely. And when I spoke to my instructor, he also told me that, he has taught at many places and he has done it at many places.
Hmm.
This is one of the best places he has ever done it. Like the view that you get, even Dubai is famous for
Yeah,
skydiving,
yeah.
right? But
Skydiving, yeah.
there you just get to see these concrete buildings and maybe like a
True,
little bit of the
Sand.
true.
sea, the sand and sea. But this I tell you was something else. Like we were free falling for like at least 2 to 3 minutes, and
Hmm.
after that
Oh,
is when
that's
their parachute
crazy. Yeah.
opens up and it's more like you're
Okay.
paragliding.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
the experience was
Sorry.
completely
Yeah.
worth it. Like all the risks that I took to get there, it was just
Worth it.
really really worth every penny, worth every
Yeah,
effort.
yeah. Just tell us how much did it
How
cost?
much did it cost? Yeah,
I
very
was shocked on knowing
good
how much
question.
did it
Yeah.
cost.
See, the fall itself was not very expensive. It was around 46,000.
Not very
Uh,
Okay.
expensive.
Not
Fair.
very
Very.
expensive, yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's the
So
same
fair.
in Dubai also, I guess.
Dubai. Yeah.
But you have to pay a bomb. I think I paid around 20,000 for the
Hmm.
pictures and the videos. Now, if you have
Yeah,
gone
yeah.
Oh,
there, you have to get
Yeah,
pictures and
yeah, yeah.
videos, right?
of
The
course.
So,
Yeah.
GoPro.
yeah, the
The
GoPro
GoPro video
footage.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So on a whole, it was around let's say 80,000 for the fall only.
Hmm.
But where the major expense
The
was
travel
the
stay.
travel to that place. So what we did was, like I told you, it was a very spontaneous plan, and we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, karte chalte maduna. So we didn't book anything in advance, right?
Hmm.
And we didn't get those passes. So in Switzerland, how it works is you get these day passes,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 day passes, and you can travel
Anywhere. Yeah.
any public transport using that
True.
pass. So
Mm.
since we didn't have that pass, we were like on the spot we were booking the tickets. We had to spend a lot for that, but we made the most out of it. We went
Correct.
so after our skydiving, we had the entire day to ourselves. So what we did was, so in Europe, that's an advantage that you have with one ticket. Let's say you have booked it from point A to point B,
Hmm.
so you can take any train that goes from point A to point B. That ticket is valid for any train that
Hmm.
goes from this to this.
Yeah.
So we would
Mm.
just go from point A, get down somewhere in between, explore that area, walk around, and it is so scenic, like too
Yeah.
scenic.
Yeah.
It's like a painting, like I mentioned. So
Mm.
we just explore around, and then we get on the next train,
Mm.
then you get off on the next train, do the same until you
Yeah.
reach the
Yeah.
last point. The last point is called Grindelwald. So Grindelwald is where
Right.
you get the full landscape of this the Alps. You
Is
Okay.
this
also
the
have that.
same Grindelwald? Harry Potter? Any Harry
No.
Potter fans?
No.
Not sure if it has any reference to, but the Switzerland, I think all these places have
Yeah,
inspired a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of people, a lot of movies for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm.
So there you have this cable car thing, and that
Mm.
again, if you're interested in doing that, you could do that.
Hmm.
And you could go to the top of, so the highest peak in Europe is called Jungfrau, and
Hmm.
that's there in Grindelwald. So if you want to
Nice.
go there, this is how you
Mm.
get there. We didn't want to do that because that's again added expense, so we cut down on that.
Nice. So what's next? The last
But
one in the ZNMD, the bull run.
not going to do the I don't want to die. But I have a couple of things in my list that I
Hmm.
want to do.
Yep.
Think so my main motto is, while I'm young, while I have this body that
Peak.
can do all of
Yeah.
this, I
Yeah.
want to do it, because tomorrow I know that I will not be in this position. If my mom wants to go do skydiving, I know that she can't, right? So
Yeah.
that's exactly how I convince my parents also. See,
Yeah.
if you
Wow.
Yeah.
want, if I ask you to do it, can you do it at this age? No. So I am in my peak age, let me do it.
True.
And coming back
Mm.
safely is my responsibility. I will
Hmm.
do that.
True.
I will
Mm.
try my best to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that has been the experience. And next on my list, I have skiing. So I want to try it next
Hmm.
year
Team.
here in Gulmarg, and
Nice.
maybe paragliding also. And I also want to
Where?
do my next level of scuba diving course.
Where will that be? It'll be in India or Sri Lanka somewhere, or somewhere
Not going to
different.
do it in Sri Lanka. To be honest, Sri Lanka has very beautiful beaches,
Mm-hmm.
like really turquoise
Okay.
blue
Mm,
beaches, white sand,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
it.
mm,
But there the coral bed is not that great. So I probably want to go and explore a place where either I get to see some rich marine life
Mm-hmm.
or like real good coral bed. So Indonesia is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
really good place for
mm.
diving. So maybe
True.
I want to go to Philippines or Indonesia somewhere
Mm,
Nice.
there and
mm.
try diving there next.
Nice. Anything else apart in India where you would like to? These are all apart from the adventure sports and everything, the cultural side or the feel good side of it. Where in
I
India,
told you I haven't experienced the northeast part of it, and
yeah,
I've
Northeast,
heard that there
definitely.
are some really good treks
Mm-hmm.
in Arunachal also, and there's also this Zero Festival, music festival that
Yeah,
happens in
in
Arunachal.
yeah,
So that one also
I've
I've
heard.
not been able to go, and there's also Zuku Valley that's very
Yeah.
famous, and even Meghalaya I think has real good treks.
mm,
I want to trek in Meghalaya
Mm-hmm.
and also explore like Sikkim, Darjeeling, all of
The whole Seven
northeast.
Sisters. Yeah,
Yeah, all of northeast. Maybe a
nice.
little offbeat, like stay
Mm-hmm.
there for some time and experience it.
mm,
I've
mm,
also
mm.
not experienced the west, like the middle. Central India and the west,
Yeah,
Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Rajasthan.
Rajasthan.
Yeah, so I think these two parts of India I have not covered yet, so maybe I would like to try that out sometime in the coming years.
nice. Any suggestions on where we can go as a starter? Because you are a
Yeah.
pro traveler, I feel now, so you can give those
uh,
suggestions.
I wouldn't call myself a pro traveler, but like I mentioned, every part of India has its own sort of landscape,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You go to Kashmir. I think I have a profound love for Kashmir, and in the south
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Karnataka, Udupi, Mangalore, the whole belt, right? It is so beautiful and so cultural also. Like in Mangalore, you can just go watch Bhutakola. You can see the bull races,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see yakshagana randomly
True.
being performed. You can go to Mangalore, you can see Pilinata, Natya.
Mm.
So much culture there, right?
Yeah,
And
Correct.
as someone who grew up in Hubli, I think I miss the cultural aspect a
yeah.
little bit
Mm,
when it
mm.
comes to Karnataka.
Coast. Yeah.
So that I have missed, and every time I have gone there, I have loved that about those regions.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and I also want to see Theyyam in Kerala. So it happens in the
Mm.
north of Kerala.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very similar to Bhutakola, but
Okay.
different demigods.
The
Mm.
Kannur side, I have seen the
Kannur
video.
side,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I
yes,
want
yes.
to. I have
Yeah, it's
seen.
so
It's very dangerous also while seeing them. They
yeah, it
they just
looks
jump out of the fire and everything.
fire and
I've
stuff.
seen the
Yes.
videos. Oh man.
Yeah, so I've been planning on like doing that, but things don't get aligned
Yeah,
sometimes and
yeah.
it
Mm.
doesn't happen. So maybe sometime
Oh
that.
man. These things. I mean, bucket list things again.
Yeah,
One by one. Let's hope so.
yeah.
One
Also
by
the
one.
paragliding scene in Beer, right? It is
Yeah,
it
my
is
friend was
really
going to
nice.
go there for
Mm.
his
Hmm.
trip,
Hmm.
but later due to some
Hmm.
reasons he cancelled. But
Uh,
again,
yeah.
I think so. They have a certification there which
Yeah.
allows you to,
Certification.
once you
Yes.
do it there, you are open to do paragliding
By
anywhere
yourself.
without a instructor.
Yeah,
Yes.
same. Again,
Okay.
paragliding has levels of courses,
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
like P1, P2 and stuff.
Yeah. I
So
think so.
the
There
moment you
are three
become,
levels there, right? The
yeah,
P2, P3
P1,
is the main,
yeah,
the 3 or 5 days course where you are done. Then I think so. Nandi Hills allows you to directly do the paragliding without any instructor.
I'm not aware of Nandi Hills
Yeah,
being a
there is
paragliding
paragliding
sport.
near Nandi Hills, right? So
Okay,
that
I'm
the
not
my
aware.
friend had calculated in that way that if he
Okay.
completes the Bear certification, he will be
Mm-hmm.
open to do the paragliding near Nandi Hills without any
Okay,
instructor or instructor being
okay,
there. So that's how he planned it,
okay.
but later got cancelled. But yeah, that's also thing I got to know from him that Bear is big for paragliding.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'd also like to try kite surfing
No idea.
sometime.
Let me check.
Kite surfing, I think again, like in Sri Lanka, you have it.
Oh. Oh,
You also
this
have it
thing.
in India. You also have it in India.
Mm.
I think the
There
same
was a
place that
reel,
I went
I think
to.
so, on this which went viral, right? A lady wearing sari doing kite
Yeah,
surfing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. Kite
Mm.
was,
surfing.
come on, man.
Kite surfing is a little dangerous
Yeah, I could
in
see that.
comparison to our normal surfing, and I have
Mm-hmm.
also tried
Mm.
wind surfing, but I
Mm.
think kite surfing seems a little more dangerous. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
try that, and I also want to try. I think I had actually planned it for next year. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Either Everest Base Camp or
Oh man.
Annapurna
Oh,
Base Camp.
crazy.
I mean, I think so.
So
You would need a lot of agility and a lot of
yeah,
footwork.
if you have done Kashmir Great Lakes, then
Yeah.
those are
I
also
mean,
doable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend in my company who has done the Everest base camp, not the top
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
part. He has done that, and
The
he
summit
said
is not
summit is
possible. For
to,
summit,
yeah,
you will have to train yourself for about 2 to 3
Too much.
yeah.
months,
They have a
and
lot of
you,
guidelines and rules and regulations also. No?
More than
yeah,
guideline,
and
it's
you need
dangerous.
funds.
It's
It's
too
dangerous. Yeah.
dangerous.
A danger is fine, but you need a lot of money to do that. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
Okay.
think in lakhs and lakhs of
Mm.
rupees
My
if
friend did the
you.
Everest base camp, and he was saying that it was one of the top mountains, and he did it while it was the snow season. So
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
again, it was a very good
Both
experience for him.
Annapurna and
Yeah.
Everest are very, very
Mm.
pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm.
think either one of those I want to try doing that.
Nice, nice, nice. So mostly ocean, mountains, keeping the balance
Yeah.
50-50.
See, I told you
One
that,
here, one there.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Last few things then. I, because of content creation and everything, who are the content creators you follow or get inspired for the traveling part? In I'll do another live stream on a different channel where we'll just talk about the content, but for
Mm.
me, I
Mm.
want
Mm-hmm.
to know the travel part of it. Like, for me, the nostalgia, again, the people who have been seeing YouTube. For me, the
Mm-hmm.
biking thing started from Mumbai Karnikil.
Mumbai
Not gonna
Karnika.
lie,
Mm-hmm.
he was the OG vlogger
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
who brought people into motor vlogging, who brought people into
True.
vlogging, and now that's a boom there. But that's what I where I was inspired. Like, I should get a bike. I should
Yeah.
travel, the thrill of it and everything. What about you, or both of you?
I think when it comes to me, so the mainstream travel creators, like Tanya Khanijov, Ankit
Mhm.
Bhatia, uh, Monkey Magic, I
Monkey
think,
Magic,
I'm
yeah,
not sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Monkey
all
Magic,
all these people, Traveling Mondays and
yeah,
Hopping Bug, all these people, they have a certain style of traveling, right? They
mm-hmm.
make vlogs and they're telling you go here, do this, and that's one
Mm-hmm.
style of. And these are the people that I have followed, and I have absolutely loved Tanya because as a girl I can relate more to her, right?
Yeah,
So
Mm.
her and Radhika and many girls, right? I think I saw Kritika Goyal, all these people. I saw them, and as girls, when I saw them doing it, it felt like, oh, if they are doing it, I can do it too, right?
Mm.
yeah, fair.
And when it comes to content creation, I also want to get into travel cinematography, and I
Yeah,
have
that's
recently bought.
booming
Correct.
nowadays.
Correct.
Yeah. I have bought a camera and I have tried photography, and it is exciting. If you
Mm.
ask me,
Mm.
I really enjoyed filming. I
Mm.
enjoyed taking pictures. I enjoyed
Mm.
understanding how cinematography works, how the
Mm-hmm.
basics of photography works.
Yeah,
Mm.
And when it comes to cinematography, if you ask me, I have followed Ronnie and Bharti. Not many people
yeah.
know
Many
them.
people, no, they are pretty
So
And I
popular.
think now
popular
now they
now
have
because
gained
of
a
the
little bit of.
cinematic thing that
Cinematic
they
shots.
do. Yo, come on.
Yeah, yeah. Now they've gained that popularity, and I still think they don't get
Yeah,
enough
agree.
recognition for the kind of content they put out.
I agree.
It's gold. It's
I agree.
really gold. But they I feel like they're not appreciated enough
Hmm.
because their style is different. The
Mm.
way this is so nice. It's so slow paced, and you can actually see some cinema there, right? I have absolutely loved them, and I had seen a couple of videos from India in Motion. So he's a guy who lives in Ladakh,
Hmm.
and he tells stories about
Oh, correct. That guy.
He tells stories about people from Ladakh.
Hmm.
We see one part of it. We see the touristy part of it. But what
Yeah,
about the people who live there?
Locals, right?
yeah, yeah.
Locals,
Hmm.
they face a lot of problem, right, when it's
Hmm.
winters, right? How
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
store food,
Got
how
it.
they eat
Hmm.
food, how they
Yes.
take care of their cattle, how they make a
Yeah.
living out of that. So
Hmm.
all those stories, I've seen it in his pictures. And there was one more guy, I'm not able to recall his name. He also makes similar videos, like you
Hmm.
get to see the local experience. So when it comes to cinematography, I've seen these people. And there was one more, Ethereal, I guess his channel was called. He made this video about Theum, about all other videos, where storytelling is also equally important, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't just
True.
go around vlogging saying I'm
true.
here, I'm there.
Correct.
The way
Correct.
you convey the story, what story you're conveying, that
True.
Hmm.
also matters. So all
Matters a
these
lot. Yeah.
people combined have inspired me. One is to travel, the second is to pick up cinematography, travel cinematography as a
So
hobby.
Hmm.
we'll do one more live stream where we'll be individually discussing
Correct.
content, but that will be for something. I wanted something specific to travel, and yeah. What about you, Akshay? Any
No,
suggestions? Anything?
no. See, I'm not so passionate about traveling. I love traveling, but I don't consider
Hmm.
this as my passion for traveling. So as of
Hmm.
right now, I think I should be watching Spurti more.
Follow Spooty
And
guys,
yeah,
Instagram,
follow
maybe
Spurti
future
Joshi.
YouTube.
And I'm gonna ask. See, I didn't know that. She's traveling to some. I knew that she's traveling to so many places, but her love and her passion for traveling this much, I
Yeah.
didn't know. Did you know?
I have been
Okay.
following her for the traveling itself.
Huh. Oh no, no, no. I just knew her like as a friend, as a sister,
Friend,
but now,
yeah.
huh. Now I know that she has so much information. The next time we are planning a trip or we're doing something like do this for me, do that for me, prepare an itinerary for me.
Happy to help.
Yes, sir.
I think so, Spooty, we have to do one more live stream about cuisines, because I know you have tried
Yeah,
a
Cuisines,
lot
yeah,
of cuisines in Bangalore and around Bangalore. So
around.
I want to
yeah.
do a
Hmm.
food specific thing where you
Sure.
you give the suggestions, because me
Correct.
personally have never went out of Indian or any normal cuisine. I know you have tried a lot of things across Bangalore, I can say. And
Yeah.
we had this discussion that you
True.
have tried this Panesian, Nepalese, Burmese,
Hmm.
Mm.
and
Hmm.
I'm shocked, guys. She has tried everything in veg, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
for me,
I
the
know.
shocking thing is she has
So
tried
yeah,
all
so
the
weird.
cuisines in a veg this thing, and that's a big thing for me. So we'll be doing one more in future
Yeah,
soon. So
true.
Yes.
yeah, apart from this, anything you guys want to add on anything? Because I'm done. It's almost 2.5 hours now. We are talking, and
Oh,
you do need rest. So
oh
anything you want to
no.
add or anything?
But actually, we have so much that we can do a
Yeah,
second part of
yeah, yeah.
two
I'll be
two
definitely.
hours because
We'll definitely have a second part.
we we maybe in the next podcast we'll be discussing something about international trips planning,
Sure,
right?
sure, sure. We can do a lot many
Foreign cuisine
topics and everything.
and uh, group, what do they say? Group travel, solo travel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do
Yeah,
that.
so much. Yeah.
I think one message that I would like to put out there is for girls especially, they're very skeptical about
Yeah,
going on solo travel, and
Yeah.
for the right reasons. I get it that the world
Correct.
is not very safe for us,
Safe.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we have seen incidents in the past
True.
where
True.
things have gone wrong and bad. But don't ever let that stop you from traveling.
Correct.
Go
Mm,
explore the world while you can. Right, the
mm,
moment you become, I know that the moment I become a mother, my body will not be the same. I may or may not be able to do all these things once I get
true.
married to someone. I have kids and I have a responsibility to
Mm,
take care
mm,
of someone.
mm,
So
mm.
while you can, please go out, do it. Be careful, be
Yeah.
responsible, but
Yeah.
please go out and experience it. You do it once. If you don't like it, it's fine, but at least try it
hmm,
once. But
yeah,
True.
traveling is very, very important, and
Important.
it
Yeah.
changes you. It adds to your personality, it adds to your growth, and you should do it.
yo.
Mm,
Thanks for that
true.
message. I mean, every girl needs it. Not, I mean, not. I don't see many girls or even
Mm, mm,
creators
mm.
travel a lot and explore.
And
Just
also,
showing the major places is not
I would
exploring
like
or
to
traveling, I would say.
add something to Spooty's point. Even if you have a individual choice to go, this is my request to all the parents
Let
to
them.
at least let them,
Yeah.
Mm.
right? Because
You have that
because
faith in your child.
yeah, because this is as important as any child wanting to or desiring to go for a trip, right?
Yeah.
Because most of the people, most of the girls who I have seen, they want to travel. It's not like they
Mm.
don't want to travel. They want to
Yeah.
explore.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the right, see, even they are confident, they're responsible, they're safe. But one thing, what is stopping them is the permission from the elders. So if we can do something about it, Spurti will be the right person to talk about this. How to tell
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
parents or convince your parents. I don't know. Because for us, see, we are fortunate that the parents are so understanding that we are getting a
Yeah.
chance
True.
to explore everywhere. Because this is
True.
such an important point because we don't need to convince too much to our parents. We
Mhm.
tell them and it was at one point, but
Mm.
now it has become easy for us. But at
Yeah.
least there should be an icebreaker, right? Could
Yeah.
you please tell something about how you did? Because it will be easier for us. Comparatively, I'm agreeing to this point that it is easier
Yeah.
for us boys
Yeah.
to
So true.
to convince our parents that yeah, I want to do something, I want to go here, I want to. Though it is tough for a few people, that's
Yeah.
I'm not talking about them, but I'm talking about majority of the boys
Hmm.
have easy access to
True.
move to the
To move, travel, do whatever they
travel,
want. But
yeah.
for
But
girls, it's a bit.
how can a girl, that is my like question and concern both.
I think initially my parents, I'm a single child, right? Now
I know.
imagine single girl child and your
Exactly,
parents letting
exactly.
you do this. If one I would say that my parents are really supportive. They are very
Yeah.
open-minded. I told you I have a lot of privilege and I
Privileges, yeah.
acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I acknowledge it and I'm grateful for
Yeah.
it. But what I
Because
feel
huh,
is the approach is, see, the first time parents will always be apprehensive about you doing it. They
true,
will not
true.
have that faith in you
Yeah,
because they don't know, right, what you can do
correct.
and what you can't. So that
Yeah.
Mm,
first trip that you take, be
mm,
responsible. And as a
mm,
girl, right, just make sure that, see, I usually don't drink at all. But as a
correct.
girl, if I would have to give one advice to someone who
This was
does,
the point I was about to ask you, but I couldn't ask it. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
visibly wanted to articulate that
yeah,
question in
yeah.
such a way.
Mm.
Mm.
So you
Mm.
please tell something about this.
Yeah, see, be responsible, right? Don't
Uh,
get drunk when you are with random
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're safe, sharing
Avoid.
your location with
Yeah.
someone,
True.
keeping somebody updated on where you are, having
True.
emergency contacts,
Yeah.
having some safety, like, have a pepper spray at all times with you. So these safety concerns will be there, and you have to take equal actions to
Hmm.
keep yourself safe. So the first trip that you go on, so the first
Yeah.
time I went out for surfing, my parents
Perfect.
were very, very, very apprehensive about it. But the day
True.
the day I came back safely, they knew,
Yeah.
they
Yes.
had that you build that
Yes.
trust and that faith with
Trust.
your
Yeah.
parents, that
True.
see, I went, and I never miss their call. Okay, sometimes I tend to,
Best.
if
Hmm.
you're
Yeah.
in a situation where you can't pick their
Yeah.
call, it's understandable. But in a
Mm,
day, once you just call them, give them updates, like, I'm here,
mm,
I did this, so
mm.
I'm safe. So they'll be
Correct.
safe.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
goes.
my
Yeah. Yeah.
that is coming straight from Spooty, guys. Also, I have one suggestion. Avoid toxication as much as possible when you're on a trip, especially a solo trip. And if you
Your
want
friends
to,
and family.
and if you're on a solo trip, and if you want to explore,
Yeah.
this can help you very much. Because I have never been to a solo trip, but I've been on work purpose.
Hmm.
But this will help me a lot when I'm going to a different city or different place. When I'm on
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
I avoid intoxication as much.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's
We
very, very
generally,
important.
yeah, very important, and it definitely builds a trust in your parents,
Yeah, yeah.
and to let your parents know that you want to at least give a try going to a trip. What you can do
Mm,
is take them. I I suggest take them even if they don't want to come, convince them. There
Mm,
comes a point that, like, uh, see, since you have this privilege of them being your parents, you can take them for granted little bit, not too much,
mm,
little bit. Like fight
mm.
for it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
even if there are
you
arguments,
have
yeah.
to fight for
Even
your
if there are
people.
some arguments in the house,
Yeah.
let them know, be little rigid, not
Yeah,
rude, not arrogant,
Mm-hmm.
little rigid with what you want to do. This will
that's
definitely
true.
help you. First
I
time,
agree.
that's
I
it.
agree. Yeah.
For the first
No,
time when you're doing it, because
every
I
time
want to
I
tell you
think
this so
you'll
many
have to
people.
do that.
Yeah,
Mm,
see, everybody has this objective. Everybody has little savings, little amount. They have plans. They want to go here and there. But the first
Mm-hmm.
point is convincing the parents. For once, for once, convince them, go, enjoy, come back safe, build the trust, and it'll
mm.
be easier. Easier.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I won't like to
And
call it
now
it'll
my
be too.
parents know that, acha, okay,
Exactly.
she's going to, even if she's going to,
Exactly.
I can tell my parents that I am going to
True.
Sri Lanka alone. They're like, huh, okay, she will manage, because now they know
Exactly.
that I'm a person who can
True.
manage. I
Yeah.
will, they know that I'll go book some
Yeah.
accommodation, book some hostel. They know that I'll figure the public
Mm,
transport out.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
I've built that trust with
mm,
them
mm.
Yeah.
over the period of time. So
True.
now they
True.
don't take too much,
True.
like tension,
True.
and they
Until, yeah,
they're chill.
until and unless you're confident that you'll be safe and you're making no mistakes, not
Yeah.
mistakes in terms of the mistakes
Anything.
which you already know that it is a mistake. Huh?
Mm,
So until and unless you're safe, you're not making any mistakes and you're gonna return back safe.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Convince them, or else be a
yeah,
little rigid for the
yeah.
first
Yeah.
time.
Just be, and as a girl, just be mindful of who you're
Mindful.
connecting with, because
True.
there are really bad people, men out
Mm-hmm.
there. So just be a little mindful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
That's it. That was my concern because since we are talking so much about tourism, the first thing is like permission. Manak
Mm.
bidangilla is
Howda,
I
howda.
know this.
True.
I know this is a struggle for majority of you people, but this is how it is.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I guess even if 100% of people are not inspired by because this is already in so many people's mind that "Na manak bidangilla, so na barangilla."
Mm-hmm.
Howda.
Even if they see they have a chance to convince their parents they don't want to because the number
Mm-hmm.
of times they've got rejected in their home they don't want to
They're
ask
not even
at
willing
all.
to now.
They are
Yeah.
not even willing to ask. Yeah.
Mm,
So this will help you guys. Take one thing like they are your parents.
Mm-hmm.
A little
mm.
rigidness
Build the
works.
trust.
A
Yeah,
little
even my
rigidness
parents
works.
initially, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಮ್ಮಿ
Yeah.
ಅಂತೂ ಒಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. She used to
I
be
know,
like,
right? I know. Yeah.
I'm not letting you go. You can't go. There's no way that
Yeah.
you're doing
Mm-hmm.
this.
Correct.
There's no way that you're. Obviously, you
Uh,
think about it, right? You are
Tell
a
them,
single girl child who
of
is
course.
falling off from a plane, who is falling
Mm-hmm.
off from a mountain.
True.
You
True.
you will obviously be worried
I'm
for a
not.
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so true that we shouldn't blame them for what they are doing
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
uh, anything they are doing for your
Mm-hmm.
safety. But also
yeah.
we have to make them feel understand. We have to make them feel understand that this is necessary.
Yeah.
ಹೌದು.
This is necessary, and if you're not allowing me to do it alone, you come with me. You do it
Mm,
with me.
mm,
But I want to do it.
True.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
I
that's
also want to reach out to like more people, like Kannada speaking people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the future, and that's the
yeah.
direction that I want to head into. That
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I want to reach more Kannada speaking people and show them that travel cinematography in Kannada. I
uh,
don't see it, right.
Yes. Yes.
So I would probably want to explore that in the
Sure.
coming future.
mm, mm, mm.
So, guys, follow Spurti for all these kinds of cinematic and travel
Yes.
related videos,
Yes.
photos, tips,
Yes,
tricks,
and you
everything.
can always reach out to me for any sort of help.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
I'm gonna tell you my budget for next trip plan wherever you want. Please let
Done.
me, Kanav,
yeah.
please, what do they say? Pray this universe, just like how it is blessing you, no?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Ask my brother to come with me for a trip with me.
I will pass on the message
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
universe.
please, universe. Yeah,
Sure. So, guys, this was the podcast, live stream, show, whatever you call, on
yeah,
traveling and adventure. We have many lined up. We have three already lined up with Spurti now. Just in
exactly.
the from the discussions that we had, we came up with three new live streams with her. In future, we'll be getting her again. So, like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
All the links are in the description, and you can always reach us on Instagram. So,
Any
Yes.
we'll
day.
Shout
meet you.
out
Yes, sir.
to Kanav and
For
Akshay.
doing a great job.
Yeah.
And yes, for
Kanav,
doing a great
all,
job.
all, all. What do they say? All shout out to Kanav because he made it. He's making it possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you, guys. Been
Yeah.
slow at it, but trying to get it.
Will, definitely, dude.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye. Take care.